Try
Hi.
again. I had our sources muted.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. We are still fixing our sources, so we're going to hang out and chat for a bit while I futz about with Discord and such. Volume. Oh, and we also messed with our volume. Now's a good time for that. Volume good or volume bad? Loud bad or quiet bad?
You can't be more specific.
Yeah. It's like, Moira, I know you work in production. I literally work with you. I know you can provide more useful feedback than sound bad.
Thank you.
Holy Mars, thank you for the sub. Alright, this will be... I think my favorite part of all this is playing hide and go seek with the Discord stuff. Because I just have to randomly extend the source out in different directions until I grab everybody.
I'm the only person who doesn't have a nice black backdrop.
I don't have a nice backdrop. Mine's just my room.
Literally the only one that I'm the only one that has
Oh, then I just can't see your camera. Oh yeah, I can see you now. Hi, Bren.
Hello.
I think the gain on that mic still needs to be turned down.
Yeah, you're doubling up, Mitch.
Bugger. Yeah. Which way is down?
One by one, we slowly manifest from the darkness.
I'm gonna say this way's down. Is that right?
In that direction, yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
Can you hear me?
a little bit.
Down more?
I'm tuning my volume down a bit.
Okay, this is literally as low as it goes.
If-
Can you hear
You're
me?
so good. Yeah.
All right,
All right,
cool.
If I'm
Mitch,
loud
say something.
and everyone else is quiet, I'll just boost everyone else.
You'll hear me if I talk in the room.
Yes. But I think when you sit down at your mic, it might not have an issue.
Here's what I'm going to do.
That defeats the purpose, and I can just use that headset.
Okay, that's just going
The
to
point was to use earbuds.
Oh, I see. That's just going to pick me up in the whole room.
Okay. It was
I can
so I
just
didn't
push
have
it
to.
up.
I just push to talk.
I can help.
Okay, let's get Mitch in there.
Hi, chap.
All right. Ashley's going to put a push to talk on so I won't get picked up all the time.
Nice.
Nice.
But you can hear me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Great.
Will we explain what happens to Johnny the Wise? It will at least get mentioned. All right, so
Oh, Johnny the Wise.
Oh. Okay, we've got everybody except for Josh. Who I think is watching a recording of his run, or he's watching a...
No, he's watching a tool-assisted speed run.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Yeah.
we are ready for him. He's been assimilated. All right, last chance, chat. How do we sound? Does everyone sound good? Does everyone look at least halfway decent? Me.
Yo.
Do some tweaks.
Get up.
Damn, sounds good, but could look better. Well, you know, I only have to work with my genetics. Those aren't that strong. All right. Exciting to be back. Thank you, chat, for joining us. Glad to have you with us.
Oh, hold on.
It's
What
been-
the?
What
Okay.
happened? What happened?
I just clicked a button.
Don't ever do
Did a-
that.
Did a big old thing. Wrote an essay in the chat.
Oh yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly really liking the integration between Roll20 and D&D Beyond. It's pretty convenient.
So if I want to use rage, do I? Okay, no.
Yeah, so I don't know how you would automatically apply those numbers. We might have to do those in our head, unless there's a checkbox on D&D Beyond you can check off.
Let's have a look. Mm.
Right. So Ash might need a quick crash course on using the Roll20 app.
Right. All right. So Ash, the first thing you're going to want to do, you should be looking at the Casters and Castles logo on Roll20, right? Uber, you sound low on sound.
Oh, well, I'm trying not to be
I am.
coming through.
I forgot to push to talk, but I am.
All right. So on the right-hand side, there's a chat window and a number of buttons at the top. Do you see those?
Yes.
The right-hand one is a cog. That's your settings.
Yup.
Hello. My God.
Hi.
All right. Now that I've got you, I can start fixing your overlay.
Sick. I've sent over the plebs.
Brilliant. Hello, plebs. Welcome.
Hi.
Oh, they can hear us?
Yes.
I've sent over the lovely people.
Apologies for the hot drop. We were on a slate earlier, but we made the executive decision to just go straight to live.
Bro, I'm
Makes
seeing
sense.
I'm seeing a lot of Brengies around here.
Dude, I just won myself, like, I don't even know how much that is. It's like a couple $100. Just fleeced a vast.
If you have the standard, okay, so 50 subs, that's $250. If you have the standard rate, that's $1.25.
$1.25.
No,
Like
$125.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome, fresh from the fleecing of a vast. We are still getting a couple things configured on Roll20 and D&D Beyond, so just come hang out with us while we do configuration stuff.
Chat, what do you think of my hairline?
Is it worse than it was? Oh, yeah, you pulled it back.
That's a look.
Mhm.
I've actually started having to wear hats when... No, I don't mean
general life.
No, I don't mean because I'm molding. I mean because this headset was seriously making a dent in my head because I was wearing it so often.
That's
Because
because your
look at
skull
it
is
as my
soft and
only
not formed properly, bro.
I sometimes
yeah.
wonder
Are you
if
still an infant?
my hairline has been the degradation of my hairline has been accelerated by wearing headsets all my life.
Yeah.
Like, serious question.
The thing is, it's the same as... Have you ever noticed when you wear socks all day long and you've been sat down and like your socks have left an imprint in your leg?
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
It's just... It's water being pushed out the way, and that's the same
I
as
was
my
gonna say, it
head.
means you're dehydrated.
Yeah, also that. But it also does just happen if you just sit with your legs, because all of the blood pools at the bottom of your legs because you're not using the muscles. There's no muscles to push blood out of your legs.
That's why you got to get compression socks.
Exactly. Or you just have dents in your head because the water in your head just gets pushed out.
Those headsets
out of the way.
scorch my ears after long periods of time.
Yeah, I can't wear them for long.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
I'm
gonna
gonna change it.
Cauliflower ear.
Is Bren the Thoras? Yeah, no, I mean this is a different Thoras though. You know, I also can't remember what Thoras sounds like.
Thoras.
I know what it sounds like. It sounds like sore ass, but that's neither here nor there.
But what would Thoras do? You know?
So, Josh, if you can get into Roll20, we'll get you set up. Also, everyone will need to be in D&D Beyond because you're actually going to roll all your rolls from D&D Beyond using the extension that I sent out earlier.
Ah.
Hog.
It's quite fancy.
Super sick. It just works.
Yeah. So for the other
Just
shows,
works.
I've been letting people spend channel points to inflict disadvantage and other things. But for this one, since this is the big show, we are back to Acts of God.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Dude, I love the Act of God system.
It's
I-
great. Yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't fuck everything up at all.
This whole so literally this whole I asked our Discord to go back and watch the last episode of Act 1 because I could not remember all the bullshit that was affecting you. And
how fucked
Discord
you got,
went
yeah.
through and they took like a catalog of it and you guys have no hair.
Oh yeah.
Josh thinks he's turning into a werewolf and that he invented magic.
Oh, you're the Archmage, dude.
I remember the Archmage bit. I didn't remember he thought he was turning into a werewolf. And like I remember that Lysha was paranoid about nature and thought it was out to get her. But like there's so much going on.
Oh yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. So you'll have to run me back through that because I had totally forgotten that we had many. Yeah. I was a totally different person.
Don't
I was
worry.
an archmage.
That's by the spirit of an archmage.
Yes,
Like yesteryear.
So Josh, you're going to want to change your display name in Roll20. You can do that with the gear over the chat panel. I've written up in my fancy intro, I'm going to go over a brief recap of what happened last time. And when we actually start, I'll explain to all of our newcomers what the show actually is. And I sent you in Discord a PDF with some lore. That will also be a reminder of what the hell has been going on.
Considering we used to ask every episode what we were actually doing.
Yes. It's like, wait, what happened
Yeah,
last time?
that was really helpful, by the way. Thank you for that, Joe.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
It's actually really convenient that I can't remember what happened in the last episode because I'm playing a new character.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
he wouldn't know anyway.
That's completely fine.
I mean, I don't think I can boost my mic much more than I already have. Well, I can, but if it's still coming really quiet.
You sound okay to me
All
personally.
All right, what I can do is I can hide everything. One moment. I'll just try boosting Mitch on the call itself. Let me see if I can do
you
that.
Can also, I mean, I don't know if these people are listening to max volume or whatever, but you could just lower everyone down to Mitch's level.
Mitch, give me a level.
Level.
All right.
Level. Wait, do I have my shut the fuck up Jaws button working?
Maybe.
Shut the fuck up Jaws. Shut the fuck up Jaws. Shut the fuck up Jaws. Shut the fuck up Jaws.
Wait, what is this about Eren Vol being attracted to squirrels? I do not remember that.
I don't recall this.
Oh no, that did happen.
That
did happen.
He got turned into a squirrel and was attracted to his own reflection
Oh, that sounds
in the
right.
water.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Wait, is he? He's not a squirrel now, is he?
I don't
No,
think
he
so.
got
It was
turned
polymorph.
back.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think
It was
he got
polymorph,
turned
so he
back.
took damage. Yeah, he took damage and changed back.
It was a wild time. That entire game went completely off the rails. It was great.
Yeah, it went absolutely insane. I mean, I'm just reading my synopsis of my character now and all the things that I'd forgotten, and I am playing a different character.
Yeah, you literally are.
Amazing. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I mean,
Okay.
I basically am too, but just you literally are.
All right. Does everyone? Do you want a couple more moments to go over the notes before I do the fancy intro and all that stuff?
Bro, Thoras has no idea what's going on.
I'm good. I'm in a great position. I'm just gonna get myself some water and then I'm ready to go.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
In Roll20, though, what do I need to do other than log in? Anything?
Yeah, I need to give you control over your piece. And do you also have D&D Beyond open?
Yes.
All right, so on D&D Beyond, next to all your different abilities and stats and stuff, there should be a little button you can click to roll them. And when you do that, they will roll in Roll20. It should look like a little D20 icon or something like that.
I'm gonna have to. Oop, let me see here.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
It
Wait, we
has
reached it
begun.
already?
Yeah, we just Mage Buns
Oh,
just
my
dropped
God.
17 gifted subs. Thank you, Mage Buns.
Here we go again.
I'm gonna get to read my
Oh,
intro.
no.
Act of God immediately.
That's so funny. Wow. I hope it has something to
Okay.
do with wild magic.
God, no. I literally, this arc of the campaign is about 50% to do with getting rid of all the wild magic that you're under the effects of. And the other 50% is actually advancing the plot.
I got off pretty easy for the wild magic.
It's because you don't cast spells.
Paul, yeah, fuck that shit. I'm swinging this Dotane's dagger, bro. I'm just fucking
All right, so
flinging it.
God, let me just go back and check on chat because things got wild. Yes, Mage Ones, thank you so much for the subs.
Wow.
Josh, while you were away, Mage Ones gifted 17 subs. We're gonna start the stream with an act of God.
Oh, wonderful.
No. Josh, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a knitted beanie because, as previously mentioned, I feel like this will help me get into character because it makes me look like I have no hair, and my character has no hair.
Yes.
And then
true.
Yeah.
also, like I said, this headset is giving me a dent in my head.
Do you have a wizard's robe?
Oh,
Your
yes.
Archmage
Actually, yes, I
costume?
do.
Would you put on your robe
Say
and
that
wizard
looks
hat?
like an archmage shirt.
Am I lagging or is Ash and Mitch lagging?
It's possible I'm lagging. The Quest for the Book of Dawn Part 1. It is on YouTube. If you do Thing YouTube, then you should... Here, let me...
Yeah, I don't want to say spoilers, but it ended in just actually one of the most ridiculous fashions I've ever had a campaign finish.
It was wild.
But we
Yeah.
didn't blow up the sun.
Yes, you did not
True.
blow up the sun.
I think if we had blown up the sun, that might have topped it. But I mean, we didn't,
We came so close, though.
What's really funny is that if you look at the absolute chaos that was the end of Arc 1, it still wasn't as catastrophic on a global scale as the end of Arc 2, even if the individuals involved were more scarred.
What happened at the end of Arc 2?
Does anyone want to tell Mitch what happened?
Put it in chat.
So-
I'll read it.
So, I mean, I don't want to spoil it in case somebody goes back and watches this and they want to go back and watch Act 2, you know?
Okay.
Let me...
But
And broke the
shit's-
world again.
Shit's just fucked. like it's actually fucked. An ancient primordial dragon got ripped through space and time
Yeah.
into the world when he had been sealed away.
Dumb lit.
Basically,
Start
When
along.
he says got ripped, Bren means his character ripped him through space and time.
Yeah.
I assume that. Yeah.
There was
I didn't wanna-
there was a moment when Bren wielded cosmic power the likes of which mankind cannot fathom, and he used that moment to... The next expansion for this world is Cataclysm. That's basically
Yeah.
it.
World of Warcraft Cataclysm.
Yeah.
I love that is essentially it. Yeah. So many parallels.
Yep. All right, so... Well, first off, for those of you who are still a little bit lost, welcome to Casters and Castles. This is basically a bunch of esports people get together and play D&D. That's the long and the short of it. Normally, we would bring this to you all in the same place, but that's illegal, so we're not doing that.
Castles and Castles was so powerful that the law had to shut us down.
Exactly. They sent the they evicted us from the property we were using and changed the law so that we couldn't be in the same place at once. So this is Arc... We're going to call it Arc 3. Chronologically, it's kind of like Arc 2B. This is a continuation of a campaign we did, the very first Casters and Castles campaign. You can watch that on YouTube. It's called The Quest for the Book of Dawn. I'm going to bring everyone up to speed with a intro for the adventure that I've written. But first, why don't we go around and just do quick intros, just a brief description of who you are and your character. And I like to do these alphabetically. That way it's never confusing. So, Bren, why don't you start?
My name is Bren. You might know me from the Overwatch League, and I'm going to be playing the character Thoras. And Thoras is a barbarian Goliath, and he is girthy. And okay, so I copied the character in D&D Beyond from Doa's campaign, and it just said copy of Thoras, and so I was like, okay, we can't just call him copy of Thoras. So I had to think of a name or like a title, and I was like, do Goliaths have titles in their culture? I mean, not really, unless they're like a clan chief, I think. So I'm just like, maybe we'll just give him like a reputation, you know, and his reputation is being quite girthy in terms of his physical body, not
Yes.
What part of his physical body?
just his shoulders.
Just over.
Okay, right, good. Good.
But yeah, he's not very intelligent, and Thoras he only really cares about a couple of things, and that's finding stronger foes to best pin down and hack to pieces with his great axe to eventually wear parts of them on his body. And he's currently dressed in like he's got like a ring of raven feathers around his shoulders from where he climbed a very large tree and ended up killing one of the last giant ravens of its kind. A bunch of other things. He's got various claws, but he's just trying to work up the ladder of bigger things to kill, essentially.
Like, you know,
Simple
most
man.
D&D players.
Yeah.
Driftwood Ash.
All right. I am Driftwood Ash. I am playing Lysha Norwalyn, a wood elf, a dusk elf of the oh gosh, how do I say that? Holdra?
The Holdra, they're the Dusk Elves.
Yes, the Holdra. She is a druid and has been traveling with 3 of these party members for a while now. Things have gone interestingly. She's currently terrified of trees, despite being a druid. Also, she's claustrophobic, so that's interesting. And
I forgot about the claustrophobia.
yeah, nature. Well, she was claustrophobic already before all the stuff happened.
Right. Yeah.
That was part of just her built character. And she has no hair. So, I've had a haircut since then. Just imagine.
All right, Sideshow. Sorry, go ahead, finish.
Sorry, guys, sorry, last thing is if I'm lagging, sincerest apologies. My Ethernet cable is still in the mail. So it's been approved for other setups, and I'm on the Wi-Fi right
now. Yeah. Like everything else on the planet, we had to scramble to make everything work remote, so bear with us if there's general production issues. We'll keep polishing them up. So, next up, Sideshow.
Okay, my character, formerly known as Allan O'Dale, is essentially no longer. He was a lovely bard, whimsical fellow, quite liked the little journey that we'd all been on. But unfortunately, the wild magic that was just kind of tossed around willy-nilly in our previous final episode basically obliterated his mind. And I'm not even sure that he exists anymore. And instead, his physical body has been possessed by Ioth,
yes,
Archmage of the Alfar, who is was a very powerful being. He believes that he invented magic, although certainly he was an incredibly strong wielder of it back in the past. He's also completely bald, believes he's turning into a werewolf, and is utterly confused as to why he's in this mortal realm, inhabiting a body that he has no idea whose it is, and why he's here. He's also an ancient kind of being, and just doesn't really give that much of a shit about the problems of these random people that he happens to be with. So yeah, Allan O'Dale, lovely chap. You won't get to see him anymore, though.
Last but not least, Uber.
Yeah, I'm Mitch. In this campaign, I am Eren Vol. Big bloke. Yeah, big personality. Likes to brawl. Likes to drink. He's an Azamar, but he doesn't really know what that means. He just knows he pops wings and shit every now and then. So yeah, he didn't really know his dad. I think he fragged his mum by accident. But yeah, he definitely fragged a kid. He cut down a young person in cold blood. He was, in fairness, wearing armor and carrying weapons and attempting to apprehend them. But since having done that, he's sort of been possessed by some sort of demonic spirit. And sometimes when he loses his self-control, well, that's what happens. He loses his self-control and kind of goes berserk. So yeah, we don't really know to what degree this being has taken over him, so to speak, because he seems normal most of the time. He's not that smart, but he's pretty easygoing, pretty friendly. Maybe tries to make friends with people that don't want to be friends with him, and that can go badly. But yeah.
Don't you have a tattoo or something?
Yes, I have a single raven feather tattooed on my arm. I used to have 3. And they have both disappeared after encounters that have happened in the past.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. On that note, let's do this thing. When the stars were still new at their watchposts in the heavens, when the moon still dripped with the blood of the earth that birthed it, when the line of King Magnan failed and war raged in the north, 4 heroes set out from a mist-shrouded island, entrusted by the wise hermit Artelane, they made for the legendary kingdom of Cryos, there to seize the Book of Dawn. With the secrets of dawn magic, Ardelane told them that he could find the last descendant of King Magnan and bring an end to this bloody conflict. To breach Cryos' magical defenses, the heroes needed 4 relics. The first, they learned, lay in the Vault of Clouds, deep within Dotun's Rock. Their journey to the rock was perilous and filled with mishaps. They found themselves indebted to a dragon, covered in the blood of innocents, branded by the dread infernals of the underworld, and haunted by a vengeful soul they'd left to die. At the Great Rock itself, they fought their way through the wildling clans, confronted the giant king Hakas, and entered the Vault of Clouds. But at the heart of Dotun's Rock lay a magical secret, the Wild Heart, the font of the great sorcerer Tiberius Wanderstave's powers. Its chaotic energies warped the heroes, magnifying their strife and their struggles, and in the end, they barely escaped through a magical bridge. Now, lying atop the very clouds, the quest for the Book of Dawn is in jeopardy. They must gather their strength, find a remedy for their magical afflictions, and survive in the dizzying heights of the Sky Kingdom. So, the 4 of you, well, the 3 of you, one of your party members is nowhere to be seen. The 3 of you, after entering the well in the Vault of Clouds and flying up through a vortex of lightning and wind, are literally lying atop the clouds. They are soft and they give beneath your touch, and yet they hold your weight. It's as if you're standing or on sort of this massive, I don't know, like a waterbed or a gigantic pile of covers. It is an unearthly sight. The air seems thin and cold on your face, though not enough to take your life from you. And there are gaps in the clouds that you're lying on, through which you can see an impossible, dizzying distance all the way down to the mortal world below. You are hairless, among other afflictions. Thoras, you have not yet entered the scene. Your companion, Johnny the Wise, who seized Dotun's dagger and turned on you only to be subdued, is lying unconscious nearby. What do you do?
That was
I'm gonna go over and give the body a kick.
Okay. Alive but unconscious.
I mean, I did hit him pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he was going to kill all of us had I not knocked him out. Oh, I don't really see why we should help this guy.
I'm gonna start rolling him towards the edge of the cloud.
Okay.
What are you doing to him? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are we?
He was trying to kill us.
You don't have to kill him. We can just leave him here.
Leave him here?
Yes, just leave him here on the cloud.
You mortal people are quite more forgiving than I seem to remember.
You
Why
are
don't we get
mortal.
rid
What
of
the
him?
hell is wrong with you?
With who? With me?
You.
Yeah, well, good question. I seem to be in a very weird body, and I don't know who the hell any of you are, but
Yeah. What happened to you, Alan? Have you lost your memory?
who the devil is Alan?
You are.
You were Alan.
Oh, this wretched sack of skin was Alan, was it? He didn't look after this very well, did he? I've got no hair. Was this Alan's kind of? Was this the style?
I've got no hair.
Mm.
You've
Makes
got no
breathing up-
hair.
Makes breathing up here kind of difficult. Kind of dry, isn't it?
So who are you then, and how are you in Alan's body?
Don't know whether I really need to give answers to you. I don't know whether I want to impart any knowledge upon you fools until I figured out what the hell you're doing. Listen, you.
The elders haven't
get on
taught
with
me to
things.
fly yet. The elders haven't taught me to fly yet.
None of us can. Well, actually, I can fly. I don't. Maybe Alan can fly. I don't really know what he
Peace.
had under those voluminous folds, in his pockets. But we are on a quest old man. I don't know what your name is. You didn't tell me. That's fine. A bit strange, to be fair. When you meet someone, you normally get your name, but we're
You
on a
can call me Sir.
Sir.
Sir?
Is
Yeah.
it like SUR? Is that kind of like a southern title? Or...
Yeah. Sir, as in I am your elder and you're better, you big oaf.
Well, you don't look very old.
I certainly
You
don't
are
look very old because
certainly not my
I'm in
better.
this sack of youthful mortal skin.
Well, as far as I can see, I'm bald and you're bald, and we need to get off this cloud.
Mm.
Now I can
Well.
fly. I don't know about you two.
What do we do with him though?
But carry on. We
Without-
can't carry him with us.
without
We're in the
throwing
damn
him
cloud.
Yeah, but if we leave him here, he could come after us.
I don't think that'll be a problem. We've dealt with him once already.
Frack the wizard. Who's saying that?
I hear many.
I'm
whispers in my head.
gonna root around in his body. Well, not in his body. I'm not gonna put my hands inside his body, but I'm looking for items. Does he still have that dagger on him? Anything else that's useful on Johnny the Wise? I'm looking. I'm just pillaging him.
You know, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have yeeted his character sheet from D&D Beyond, so we could have pillaged him. But you know, them's the breaks. Did anyone have the dagger at the end of the last campaign?
I do. Johnny
Yeah,
had a hat
If
of
I
disguise.
remember what Johnny had a bag of holding with a lot of gold in.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
He
he did.
definitely
He
had a
tried-
hat of
but he
I
tried
disguise.
can confirm
steal.
that. I can confirm that.
Oh, he had the hat of disguise as well, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
you've located
Wonderful.
those two objects.
I'm gonna put the hat on,
Mhm.
and I'm going to turn myself back to a more suitable form for myself. I'm gonna just wander over to a corner and make myself look like myself again.
Okay.
Corner away.
Corner?
The corner. You're on the sky.
I mean, I'm turning away from the rest of them and
Yeah, see-
wandering over to a corner of a cloud. You know, it's somewhere with a little bit of privacy.
Yeah, some would say that looks a little
wall
bit weird.
somewhere.
You're gonna walk to the edge of the cloud and you're just gonna start moaning.
Yeah, I'm gonna start moaning and shape shifting. Yes, that's what's going to happen.
Well,
Listen, old man, wizard, whoever you are, that bag of gold, we need that. We need that bag of gold.
Okay. Shit, I have no third level spell slots left. Never
Oh yeah,
mind.
you guys have spent everything. You have absolutely spent everything. Some guy, yes, 2 of the members of the party absolutely are still enchanted by Ziva, the dragon of the Seolok, to bring a whole pile of gold. That is true.
Listen, fellow, you still haven't told me your name. It's getting more awkward every time I
Ayoth.
try and address you.
Ayoth.
Is it Sir
Ayoth?
Ayoth?
If any of you are proficient in Arcana or History, you may make a roll.
I need to figure out how to do that.
Not this guy.
And at this point, I've used my hat of disguise
Mhm.
to change my appearance into a kind of a middle-aged man with very heavy-set brows, big, thick, bushy eyebrows, and a bit of a scruffy-looking little beard, and big blue robe. I don't have a red hat on. That's just me.
All right, that's the classic look.
wow. If Thoras was here, he would have nailed this Arcana roll.
Will you take a
I am
look
going
in?
to chat. By the way, I am fussing with a few things to make it so that you can see rolls and such. So I am doing some stuff behind the scenes to make that happen.
Ayoth, that bag of holding, require that. Release some of what is inside of it.
For this,
Yes.
this bag of holding,
That bag of holding. That very bag.
I'll give you a couple. I throw some coins at him. I just throw the coins onto the cloud.
You're missing 998 of them.
From what I remember, these are important here in the New Kingdoms.
They're especially important to me.
Yes, which is why you'll let me hold them, both of you. Neither of you can be trusted with money. You've proven that.
I mean, you don't even know me. I've handled vast fortunes beyond your ken, little small.
I
scared
do
druid.
I do know you. You're not well right now. You're not well.
Yes.
I was sent to you to help you
Were you indeed?
in my vision. My people
you
let
indeed?
me come to you. You
I'm just
should
gonna
probably
stalk
let me
off.
hold that.
I'm just going to stalk off holding the bag of holding.
Can I see anything from this cloud platform that we're on? Anything that resembles a way down, a structure, or anything at all that's not a cloud?
It's mostly clouds. It does seem to be predominantly cloud-based. Give me one moment. I've almost got this.
Okay.
Boom.
I have a cantrip, I believe, that lets me predict the weather. God, that's this character, right?
Yes, I mean, that sounds right.
Let me double check my spells here. Sorry, I would like to use it if that's what it
All right.
yes, I get to predict the weather for the next 24 hours. So basically, I would kind of cross my legs and summon a little sphere in front of me. It starts glowing and kind of like a crystal ball, almost like a snow globe that shows me what the weather will look like.
Okay. You see thunder and lightning arcing through it. And at that exact moment, everybody roll a perception check. Except for Thoras. All right.
Did I do it?
Lysha, I got
did it.
2 rolls from you. I'm going to take the first result.
Did I do it?
Yes.
With a
Wow.
10.
You rolled really bad.
No, you are distracted by you have no time for these petty mortal things. Off in the distance, you spot 3 armored figures flying, floating above the clouds. Lightning arcs along their blades. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what to do with Twitch chat with this layout. It's a little
maybe just remove Twitch chat for this one, and
All
when
right,
we go
yep.
back to full cams, it plays again.
We are going to do that thing that you said. Where are you, chat? Goodbye, chat. Boop. There we go.
Right, so these motherfuckers are flying straight at us. Who sees this?
Everybody except IOP / Allan O'Dale.
Right. So he's busy in the corner. I'm just going to yell and point wordlessly in their direction. Well, I have to yell. I guess I'm just yelling in their direction. We're all so tired, and it just seems like there's yet something else that's coming to spite us. So, yes, I'm wordlessly gesturing into the distance because I do not understand what it is that is approaching.
All right.
So I'm not actually sure. Like, I know we said we have nothing left, and I kind of remember having nothing left, but my character sheet shows me having like a level 2 spell and a level 1 spell left. So
your character
I'm
sheet
not
should
sure
be
if
accurate. I believe your character sheet is accurate.
Okay. Great. I haven't changed anything from last time we played, so I hope.
Exactly.
In which case, I can't hear. Sorry, it's a little slightly
On the
different
right hand side.
I have not used my wild shape. Shit, I can't fly. Never mind. I'm not level 8.
I can't fly either. I don't think so. All right now.
They draw closer.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and get IELTS attention and be like, yo, I hope you brought some powers or something, because I'm pretty sure those are really angry sky people coming at us, wizard man.
What? Who?
I point in the direction of the armored figures and the lightning.
Oh.
That looks like it'll fuck us right up.
What, you can't handle a couple of those?
Have you been with a... What did you get here? No, not right now. I don't think so. I mean, I haven't really been up here long. Wouldn't call myself a regular on the cloud.
My. I am with a weak bunch of fools, aren't I?
Bren, I would like you to roll a d20 for the act of God that was triggered earlier.
17.
17. I'm going to need to think about this for a moment. Oh yeah, Alika's totally here too, by the way. Poor Alika. She's right here. God, I will say, I think the most intimidating thing about following up this campaign is trying to do Alika's voice.
No, I mean, it's impossible.
Oh, hello.
The octaves required, they cannot be reached.
What are those?
Hello.
I can't even remember how to do it.
I think
How high off the ground would you say we are?
somebody Google like how high clouds are off the ground. I'm thinking it's a few miles.
Yeah.
I did the math.
figured.
Featherfall will not do it. That's like one of the first things I did when I started prepping this campaign.
How high are clouds? Between 10,000 and 60,000 feet.
There you go.
Oh no, they can be. Oh right, okay, they can be a little lower. They can be like.
These are not.
Copy.
These are at least 10,000 feet high. Yeah. So, and here's the other thing. When you look up at the sky from the mortal world, where the lot of you have spent the majority of your lives, except for you, Ioth, you wander the worlds at will. When you look up at the clouds, you're not actually seeing the Sky Kingdom. You're sort of seeing the places where the Sky Kingdom touches the mortal world. And if you go up through the clouds as they pass by, you emerge in this much wilder, larger cloudscape. So it's not an exact, there is a planar barrier that you pass through. But if you
Like that One Piece movie, you know?
probably haven't seen it. And that's why you can't accuse me of stealing that idea. But yeah, if you fall through the gaps, you will actually plummet back into the mortal world and, have a bad time.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right, so the armored figures level their swords, arced with lightning, and they're floating above the clouds, clad head to toe, just in gleaming armor.
I'm gonna quite arrogantly step forward and try and, almost like I have muscle memory to summon this magic that's just gonna grapple them and toss them to a side.
Mhm.
And I'm fumbling in my
I'm gonna
memory.
step forward
for how to
immediately and
do
try
it.
and tackle him.
It's nice to see that the party dynamic has not changed at all.
Oh,
Leave this to me, you buffoons. Now, how did I do
I'm
this
gonna
again?
grapple him.
All right, so they level their sword and they're about to say something suitably dramatic, and then they see the two of you just. They pause, they tilt their armored heads. Their faceplates it's completely a sealed helmet, so you can't see the guise of the knights below, but they are kind of a little bit. What?
okay.
Don't mind him. We come in peace.
You're grappling. You're going to take the moment to. I would probably. I imagine that I would step forward, the two as they wrestle, biting and scratching each other with a drawn sword, looking at them like, okay, I know what it looks like. We don't really know how we got here. If this is your kingdom, we didn't mean to intrude. Appreciate if you don't blow us up with lightning.
Cast aside your weapons and still your spells, and submit to the law of the sky.
Well,
You bumbling druid oaf! We could have been free. What the hell are you doing? I
I'll lower
remember
my sword,
back
gladly.
in my time, this wasn't even the Sky Kingdom. It was all part of Dawn. You bugger off!
Did you say what about our spells?
Still them. Don't cast them.
I'll still you.
All right,
Well, okay.
get them, boys.
Come in peace.
Thoras, you are lurking in a bank of clouds nearby, watching all of this transpire.
Hmm.
And look, there you are.
Wait, where am I?
Did you not actually appear? I said.
Oh, there I
There
am.
you are. There you
There
are.
you are.
All right, brilliant.
Hmm.
You are lurking in a bank of clouds nearby, watching this go down. Also, the three of you may move just a little bit around the sky bridge you just emerged from.
All right.
Hmm.
Trying to select my guy. There we go.
Yeah, just to basically represent where you would have been in the vicinity. So, Thoras, you see these strangers emerge from a swirling vortex of lightning and thunder, plop about on the clouds, spend a few minutes bickering, and then you see the Knights of Terra Nimbus arriving to bring them into custody.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Thoras will attack.
Everybody roll for initiative.
What? Who are you attacking?
The knights.
No.
Oh, the knights. Okay.
So, fun fact, by the way, before you roll for initiative, click on your character token, then roll, and it will automatically add you to the initiative tracker, which is on your screen.
Pog. Thoras will attack.
All right. Here we go.
Oh God, what a terrible
Really?
initiative.
Did I do it wrong?
there we go.
I'll just add your turn manually because we had your roll right off the bat. So let me just add a turn for you. It's a nice feature, but we can get around it if need be. Okay, so we're going to sort this. Descending. All right. Thoras, describe the appearance of your character as you emerge from the rolling banks of cloud.
Thoras is a 8'9" powerhouse of a Goliath with grey skin, short beard, short brown hair, with a sprinkle of trinkets all around him. He has various claws, various flaps of skin, all kind of attached to an arm, a leg here and there. Around his shoulders, he wears something similar to what Lysha does, with raven feathers, but the feathers are abnormally large. And other than that, he just wears a harness which he uses to carry his weapons. But he's a big boy, and he's gonna pounce onto the closest target he can.
All right.
In rage.
So you've entered a rage. I'm going to add a little icon to your character to show that you're in a rage. Now, as you can see, there is a gap in the clouds. You will need to clear that gap by making an athletics check.
All right.
Now, the good news is you have advantage on this roll because you're in rage.
Yes, I'm in rage.
There might be a button to turn on advantage on D&D Beyond.
Will roll once. I will roll twice.
All right.
That will do.
You go soaring over the cloud bank to the far side. Go ahead and place your token accordingly. And howling and frothing with just saliva and dribble leaking down your cheeks, roll an attack.
I'm going to scream in giant at the same time. I'm going to scream, "You are nothing but pond scum beneath Thoras's boot!" as I swing at them with my great axe.
All right. You have advantage on this attack because you just took him by surprise.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, took us all by surprise, I'll be honest.
So I'm also going to use Frenzy Attack.
Fancy.
To use my bonus action to attack him again.
So you're going to hit him 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So attack 1, attack 2, attack 3. That's a cluster.
3 attacks? Oh, no.
Wait, I just hit him 2. Oh no, I didn't.
You rolled 3 different attacks.
Yeah. So 19, 25, 19.
Yeah, those are all hits.
And plus 2 damage on each of them. So.
Yeah, so plus 6. So you did 16, you did 26, you did 32 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm just going to hurl myself, and in a physics-defying swirl, I'm going to cyclone my blade as I just cleave through him. And it from the outside in, you've just seen somehow an 8'9" Goliath rise out of the clouds, jump in the air, and with the elegance of a ballerina, cleave into this flying, lightning-wielding bloke.
All right. In a flurry of blows, the ash it's an axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It rings out 3 times as it carves great gashes in the knight's armor. And he recoils from the force of the blows. His armor is dented and torn, and blood spews out the sides. But he stands his ground, shaking and bloodied, but still in the fight. And it is his turn.
He's not dead yet.
He's not dead yet.
Whatever happened to diplomacy?
We're all exhausted.
The Knight of Terra Nimbus looks at you and sweeps his blade in a wide arc. And as it does, thunder booms outward from it. Roll a strength saving throw. Honestly, probably not the best thing to do against the Raging Barbarian, but, we work with what we got.
Get advantage on it, right?
Yes, you do.
Yep. That's the first
That's
one.
a natural 20, so you're fine. You can tell it's a 20 because it shows up in green. And if you
Where
move,
are these rolls, by the way?
so
I'm not seeing
look
the rolls.
in roll 20 on the right-hand side. Make sure you're not looking at the little cog. Make sure you're looking at the chat button. There's like of all your little icons across the top.
Oh, there it is.
And now you can see all the rolls. And if you move the mouse over, say, the 26, it'll actually show you the result and all the modifiers. It's nifty.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So you take 3d8 points of thunder damage, but slightly less because you made your save. Oh my god, that's awful. You take 3 points of thunder damage, and you are not pushed back 10 feet.
If he had been pushed back 10 feet, that would have been off the cloud, right?
He would have gotten a saving throw to cling on to the clouds, but yeah, the idea there was just to yeet and be done with it.
Wow.
All right, so that was his turn. His compatriot, there are 3 different knights, and one of them appears to be different. His armor is covered in spines, and he wields a mace instead of a greatsword. All right, he is going to, let's see, what's his range?
Question, because it matters, because I know Eren is going to charge in there.
Yes.
My initiative was a 6 when I rolled it on the right panel, but it's showing as a 4 on the left. Is there a reason that happened?
Let me see. Where is your initiative? So I see a 4. Oh yeah, that was Eren Vol's roll. Yep, it's a 6. I will fix it.
Thanks.
No worries.
You really think I'm just going to charge in there?
Well, you have a habit of standing next to the people that I'm trying to AoE.
All right,
Okay.
so the Knight of Terra Nimbus flies through the air with the greatest of ease, floats from this cloud to this cloud. He looks at Ioth, and he looks at Lysha, and Alika's there too. He will point at Ioth, and wind starts sweeping up from beneath you. Roll a Constitution saving throw. So your first roll was an 8. You've rolled it 3 times. Your first. So you're good now. You're golden.
I'll tell you what I did. I clicked on the Constitution just general instead of the saving, and then clicked on con save, and then clicked again to actually roll it because I didn't realize it rolled the first time you clicked it.
Well, it actually rolled the second time was a Constitution saving throw, and unfortunately, you failed.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You float up 10 feet or 20 feet. Just you float up into the air. You are now floating in the air on this current of winds, and you can't, like, you're just pawing at the air. You can't move. You're suspended in the air.
That sucks.
It is your turn.
Okay, wonderful.
What is that melody? Thank you, Chad.
All right. Well, then this is the one that was already harmed, right?
No. If you have the battle mat, I'll do some pointing here with the
it
ruler.
wasn't. Yes.
Yes. This guy is bloodied. This guy is fresh.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to Ioth searches for the power that he knows he used to have within his body, and he's fumbling around in his brain to try and rediscover, to remember how to cast it, and comes out with a hideous laughter. He's going to cast hideous laughter upon the one that attacked him.
Okay, you should be able to click on the spell and it will drop a description in the chat. There may be a button for it.
Display in VTT, is that one?
Yes, VTT is virtual tabletop. All right.
There we go.
I'm going to roll a saving throw for him. And if it's a decent number, then I'm going to ask you what your spell save DC is. But if he botches it, then we're not going to worry about that. Survey says... Oh, he got a 17. I'm pretty sure he's okay. All right.
Yes, he is okay.
So, about that act of God.
Wait, this wasn't the act of God?
No, this is part of the game. This is not the act of God. This is your regularly scheduled encounter. You rolled a 17 on the act of God channel. One of the gods of Anakra is intervening. As you
Oh.
cast that, you see there's sort of a crack between these two cloud masses.
Sure.
A terrible raging heat rises up at incredible speed, rushing towards the clouds. And the wind starts rising up, an updraft, and you see a burning light rapidly approaching this cloud right here. Let me ping it. Right here. I can probably actually add that.
I was going to say, is it one of the clouds specifically, or?
Yeah, I'll put it on the map. With the power of digital tabletop. There we go. That scary red dot.
Oh no.
Lysha, your turn. And yes, you are aware of this. Whatever it is.
Am I gonna get hurt by this thing?
You have no idea, but it will arrive next round.
And I'm close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I am going to. Do any of these guys? Who looks the most injured?
Oh, absolutely. This dude right here. Let me put a little red dot on him, just so that you can tell that he's having a bad time.
And least injured is the guy in the back, right?
No, the other two are unscathed. No one has touched them.
Unscathed. We can't have that, can we?
We could possibly have that. That could possibly be. Okay.
It could be a thing we could have. All right. I'm going to. So, this swirling mess in the middle. I can't walk on that, right?
Let me get rid of that. That is the mystical bridge that you... Oh, nope, that's a cloud. All right, give me a sec. There's some layers here. The cloud is about to vanish. Do not panic.
Ooh.
Okay, there we are.
Ooh.
Boop. And we'll fix that. And oh, nope, that's the exact...
Oh,
oh my god! Okay, you're fine. Everyone's fine. We're fine. All right.
Okay, so that cloud I'm standing on is narrower than I realized. That's cool.
Yes.
Well, there seems to be little that I can do about what's appearing in front of me. So it's already really hot there, right?
Yes.
Like I'm not going to want to jump over it.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. But where I'm standing, I'm not being burned or blistered.
Correct.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to cast Moonbeam at second level because I still have it.
Moonbeam, an old favorite.
Oh god.
It is.
All right, give me 1 second. I have, and that, what's the AoE on that? That is a 5-foot radius. Let's see if I've got something for that.
It's a concentration spell?
Yes, it is a concentration
Yes, it is.
spell.
So I'm now concentrating.
Do you have to click the 2d10 there to see how much damage it does, or?
No, it rolled. It rolled 10 damage.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
only 10 radiant.
Yeah, it's kind of
Alright.
odd that I don't have a thing for this. Let me just check one last thing. Oh no, there we go. We'll use this.
Sweet. I'm going to put it on the guy in the back with the shield.
I'll tell you what, why don't you just do that? It's under your control.
Oh, sweet.
All right. The moonbeam appears when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. All right. So it doesn't take the damage yet. It will on its turn.
Enters for the first time on a turn.
That seems fair. It's a Constitution save. We'll roll it. 10. He takes the full 10 points of radiant. Oh, no, I rolled the wrong dude. It's the same numbers. Takes 10 points of radiant damage. Oh! No. New plan. As you invoke the power of the moon to channel down upon him, the knight perks up as if alerted to the eldritch winds on the air. And with a gesture and a snap of his hands, he activates a counter spell.
Yo.
Oh my goodness,
And poof, he negates the magic.
Also,
dude.
thing I noticed is that when I hit cast in VT, it does not take a spell slot from me in
Yes.
D&D Beyond. Spellcasters, be aware of
Yes,
that.
you will have to do that manually.
How unfortunate.
Yep.
This just turned out to be.
Wow. Counter spell.
You may move if you wish.
I'll back up to stand by Alika.
Okay.
Thoras feeling
Hi,
real smart
Alika.
right now.
Yo, Thoras don't care about you.
I can't seem to make myself move.
Oh, let me make sure you're actually under your own control. You are not. Now you are.
Hooray!
Eren, it is your turn. Alika is acting on your turn as well.
So Eren has just seen Thoras burst out of the clouds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Growing up on the streets and fighting the pits, he always fancied himself in a fight, right? He knew he could handle himself.
Mhm.
He's just seen like a hulking man machine come out of the clouds and start fighting. He didn't even know if these sky guys were bad or what. But now that he's seen this like absolute man mountain just waddle into the fray, he has to try and one up this guy. He has to join the fight. He will not be outdone. So immediately, Eren sees Thoras fighting this guy, and he's going to try and jump across this cloud
Mm-hmm.
and get the fuck in there.
All right. Roll an athletics check.
Hold on, put myself back where I was. Okay.
You don't have to clear a very large jump. And you rolled a natural 20, so you're good.
See
You're
that?
fine.
You see that?
Not
No,
bad.
not only do I fly, I fucking do a forward flip as I jump across, pulling my sword out. This guy is putting me to shame with his masculinity, and I'm not about it. So yeah,
That natural
into
20,
the fray.
you have additional momentum. Your first attack will be made with advantage.
All right.
How many
yeah, and
attacks do
then
you get? You get 2, right?
I get 2 attacks.
All right. Roll them.
All right. That is.
This
Let's
first
go.
one.
First attack.
Roll again. So that's your first attack with advantage. You miss. He is covered head to toe in solid plate armor.
Got it. Damn.
Roll your
All right.
second attack.
No.
Clang, clang. No joy.
No!
Wow,
All
doesn't
right.
Eren Vol feel like a fool?
He looks outside, trying to look as unfazed as possible. Inside, realizing he may have just made a very fatal error. He's in there.
Whoopsie. All right. Alika will now go. Are any of you grievously injured?
What counts as grievously injured?
Below half health.
Yes.
You are, Lysha?
Yes, I'm 19 out of 45.
All right. Here we go. I happen to have these healing herbs that I've totally had the entire time. Heal 8 points of
Where have
damage.
you?
Ooh.
Are you sure they're not going to hurt me? Okay, thank you.
What the fuck? It's Olika.
I made Alika useful during the break.
Nice.
All right. She's a retainer, so she's a follower. Currently, she acts on Eren Vol's turn. Any round that Eren attacks Alika and hits, Alika will automatically hit with her attack. She has a little hunting bow. She also has a
Cool.
couple of restorative abilities.
Previously, she was an absolute freeloader.
Yeah. Well, we never actually
was,
made her useful.
Told us directions.
Bro, she was comedic relief.
Exactly.
She helped us get across a river after she watched us struggle over it for a while.
Yeah, she can talk to rivers. She's super handy. All right. It is now the Mystic Knight of Terra Nimbus. Who is going to have a bad time? Well, it would seem that Eren Vol is closest. Let's see. I have some options. I like having options.
Oh.
Bruh. This is about to be one of them bruh moments.
All right. The Mystic Knight of Terra Nimbus floats across and is going to attack Thoras, who just laid waste to his comrade. The mace that he's carrying frosts over as the air becomes deathly cold, and he swings twice. Thoras, does the 13 hit you?
It does not.
All right. Does a 23 hit you?
It does.
Okay, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. That is reduced by half because of your rage, so you only take 5. But you also take 10 points of cold damage, not old damage. Ignore the text. I messed up the text. You take 10 points of cold damage, and the cold seeps into your bones. Your speed is reduced by 10 feet until this... Go ahead.
I am mountain born as one of my racial traits. So
what does that do?
This is up to you whether you want to allow it, but I don't suffer penalties for being in high altitudes or cold climates. Would that help at all?
I'm going to leave the damage, but leave your movement speed intact. That seems valid.
Okay.
All right.
Can I ruin your day some more?
You may try.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction of Stone's Endurance to reduce damage dealt to me by 1d12 plus 3 once per short rest.
Nice. All right.
So
if it doesn't have an auto roll, you can do /r space 1d12 plus 3.
Oh, it probably does. Yeah. Wait. Nope, doesn't.
Oh, but I can click the d12 and it automatically rolls. And I got a better roll than you, but it's fine. So you take 5 fewer points of damage. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage after damage reduction and 5 points of cold damage. So you take 10 damage total.
Nice.
Very nice. And it's your turn again.
Okay, well, Thoras has just witnessed this Azamar little prick just come over and try and front flip over the clouds in front of him. And, he likes a bit of competition. It's been a while since anyone could really keep up with him. It's unfortunate his blows didn't quite hit the mark, but he's liking what he's seeing, and now he's thinking, okay, he'll leave the small fry. He's weakened him up a little bit. He'll leave it to this new fellow, and he's going to turn towards this big dude who's just whacked him with a mace, and start trying to mow him down. And he is going to.
Your frenzy remains until the end of your rage, at which point you take a level of exhaustion. That's how that works, right?
Yes.
All right then.
Yeah.
Wail on him.
I'm going to wail on him. How am I going to wail on you? Like this. This is attack 1. That's 10 damage. Attack 2 is 10 damage. Attack 3
is no damage. Yep.
No damage.
But still, you lay down 20 points.
20 damage.
I just want to make sure he doesn't have anything that he can... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Does not matter. All right, you beat the hell out of him, and he is still fighting, but there's bones breaking, and he's weakening. You're driving him into the soft clouds. With every blow, he loses a couple inches as he sinks deeper and deeper.
Oh.
He is on the verge of defeat. Any movement or anything else from you? Used your bonus action to make that extra attack.
I did. I'm just going to do basically... Did you watch the Tyson Fury fight against Deontay Wilder when he pinned him against the ropes and licked his cheek?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as I'm battering him down, I'm gonna make sure my voice is nice and hoarse and say, Thoras will fuck your mother tonight. Three of them are great attacks over and over again.
Well,
oh god,
he didn't
so you were attacking the big one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get in his head.
So were you attacking the big one or the one you already injured?
Nope, the big one.
Oh, well then I need to adjust my narration slightly. You still beat the shit out of him, but he is not nearly as bloodied and beaten. He's only begun to enter the realm of pain. He's actually still in fighting shape.
In that case, I don't whisper it, I shout it.
Okay, all right. And are you shouting in Giant or the common tongue?
In Giant, yeah.
You get the actually, you would know from previous encounters with these folks, they are fluent in the Giant tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they know. They know. All right, it is now time for the Lesser Knights. Eren, what sort of armor are you wearing?
Let me see. It is chainmail.
Chainmail. Okay. He's going to check his options. He is going to attack you once. Yes. He's going to attack you once. He rolls a natural 1. Injured and battered, as he swings, you parry with your own. Are you wielding a greatsword?
I am.
And in the clash, his weapon falls from his hands and begins spiraling down to the mortal world far, far below. He is now disarmed.
I chuckle at him and be like, "That's unfortunate, isn't it?" Get ready to smack him in the head.
All right. His compatriot advances on Allan O'Dale / Ioth, flying up to him because you're still floating in this, column of...
Yeah.
Wop, 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 wop. And as you're floating there... Actually, you know what? Why he doesn't need to... Yeah, he does. He flies up and takes 2 attacks on you with his greatsword.
Okay.
I'm guessing that both of those hit.
Sorry, what did you roll?
A 19 and a 24.
That would be a hit. Yep.
All right.
Those are both hits.
How much health do you have?
So my bardic inspiration says that I haven't used any, but I know for a fact that I have. Did we take a short rest at the end or something? Is that why they're all replenished?
I'm not certain, but if nothing else, we'll chalk it up to the invigoration of the spirit of Ioth.
Okay, wonderful. So I think cutting words both fits the body that he's inhabiting and also Ioth's personality as well. So as the guy starts chopping at him, he's you puny little wretch, you wouldn't even be able to chop up a salmon.
And what is the effect?
The effect is that he has to I roll a d6 and we subtract it from the character's roll.
All right.
For their damage roll.
Oh, that's convenient. That's very good.
But I actually don't know how to roll like random d6s.
So
wait. Yeah, I can here.
You just click on the dice in the.
You're actually a
when you
boomer,
know.
Josh. you're just spam clicking buttons.
Well, I thought that would do it.
It was reasonable.
This was a try.
This is a reasonable ask.
Okay, that didn't work though.
All right, so there's a easy way to roll. There's a dice tray button on the left-hand side. I'm bringing it up sort of on the stream right now. It'll take a second, but it's one of your options. That'll pull up just random dice, but you can also use commands. If you type /r space 1d6, that's 1d6, and you can do 2d6. You can do 1d6 plus 5, whatever.
Oh, here we go. It's a 1d8 actually. It's not a 1d6.
Yeah.
Oh, you are kidding me. You're kidding me, bro.
The D6 was better.
It's a 1d8. We're fine. We're gonna be okay, guys. All right.
Incredible.
So
Incredible.
you only take. Would 7 points of damage drop you?
No.
Great. Would 19 points of damage drop you? Because that's the.
Oh. Yep. That's the perfect number.
All right. You are down.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Love to see it.
Taken to Browntown.
Am I still suspended in midair
Yes.
with the hot stream of whatever the hell headed towards me?
Yes.
Whilst unconscious.
Very, very much so. Very much so.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Oh,
All right. It is your turn, and the first thing I'm going to need you to do is roll a death saving throw, which is an unmodified 1d20.
Can I do it from in here?
You
I
can.
wonder.
You
Roll
might be
dice.
able to if you click saving throw.
Did that do it?
Yep.
I rolled a 9.
You have one failure.
No.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
All right. At that moment, I'll be honest, I don't have an image prepared for this because acts of God are, the acts of gods be like the acts of God be. The clouds erupt in fire. Hang on.
Of
In
course they do. Yep.
fire.
Oh my god, come on!
And the fire takes on the shape, this gigantic figure made of flames emerges only his torso up from the clouds. Heat and radiance overwhelm everybody in the area. Everyone except Ioth, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Everybody
Everybody in the
from
battlefield.
like 30 feet away.
Yes.
Holy moly.
Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I get a advantage on this. Correct?
No, it's a Constitution saving throw, not a Strength saving throw. You would get.
You still roll a
Okay.
23.
Yes. I see.
This is the actual final episode of the first arc and how we all die moments after our escape.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the next campaign will be rolling characters soon. Good game, everyone. All right. If you beefed your roll less than a 14, you are now prone. As this heat just erupts, this figure of flame and molten brass manifests, towering 40 feet above the cloud layer.
Cool.
It swats the knight with one of its hands, and it goes flying off. What languages does everyone speak?
Common and celestial.
Okay.
Celestial, common, druidic, elvish, primordial.
What do you What do you reckon? Oh, I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Anyway. It doesn't make
It's
any
irrelevant.
difference.
I speak giant and orc.
All right. Lysha, you understand this figure is speaking primordial.
Okay.
And it says,
Do I
Ioth,
know what it says?
no sooner do you return to this world and the Four Kingdoms than you fail the mortal people once again. I should have expected no more from you.
I'm unconscious.
In primordial, it's my turn, right? So I can actually respond if I want to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I would respond in primordial, like, wait, he's actually the dude that he says he is?
To a fucking 40-foot magma god.
Yeah, he said the name. Dude, Lysha is a sweet summer child. She's terrified of the forest and the inside, but a giant flame god seems fine.
All right. The figure turns to you, Lysha, with a moment of bewilderment and says, Child of Dusk, what are you doing so far from home?
They sent me here to see if we could help these people. It was a test. They're failing. No one else understands that.
Yeah, correct, because you're still just speaking back and forth in primordial.
Primordial, yeah.
All right. Allan/Ioth, you immediately become stable. You are stabilized.
Wonderful.
Lysha, roll literally you can roll Arcana, Nature, or Religion.
Nature or religion, either have the same. Okay, let's do
All right.
that. Nature it is.
Yeah.
Did it roll? No.
No.
You got to click on the little roll 20 icon.
Did it go now?
Yes. This you're not positive what this is. You believe this.
Can I check my religion too?
I'll let you make a religion check as well. I had more to say, but go ahead. We'll let it ride. Okay, this is an elder elemental, and you aren't, because this is just an avatar manifestation of it. You're not sure exactly what. This may be a titan, or even a sovereign, one of the primal gods of creation. It's this is outrageous.
No, she's scared.
It's Bumper.
The Chungus doth descend to the mortal plane.
Please don't hit me with the shatter.
You have to talk to him.
What was the last thing we said?
You were saying that you were sent to help these people,
I
and
was
they
sent
were
to help
failing.
these people and they're failing. But the test isn't over yet. That's kind of what. Okay, did I disconnect?
No, you're still there. He's giving you a look like you haven't actually said anything of substance yet.
We come for Dotane's Rock. We're seeking some artifacts to save some humans. I know they're humans, but please.
I don't understand anything you just said.
So poorly explained.
I know.
All right. Roll a persuasion check.
Maybe I'm endearingly obtuse.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Eren Vol, you're on deck.
I am on deck. First, I'm going to pick myself up and ask Ashley to turn my push to talk button on or off. Doesn't pick me up. Yeah, I'm just going to get unproned.
All right. That uses half your movement.
Oh, I stood up as well on my turn if that's possible.
That takes half your movement.
Cool. Was that whole conversation was my turn, I assume?
Yes. Cool. You rolled a 13 on your persuasion check. All right.
So, can I, are we all prone? So, who in this little sort of quadrant of people fighting me and Thoras and these two celestial guys, did we all get knocked prone?
Yes. Well, no. The knight with the frost mace was not knocked prone.
Okay.
However,
was I.
Yes.
My concentration, I fucked up. I double pressed it like a boomer. I got 23 tonight.
All right, then you're not prone. But
would this intrusion be considered sufficient in magnitude to interrupt the fighting and distract people from it?
Oh wait, no, I am prone. Sorry.
Well, I mean, you're not sure because your foes have not yet had a chance to react. They've been knocked on their ass, and they definitely their attention is diverted.
Okay. Can I frag the prone knight?
You can. You absolutely can. You'll get advantage on the attack if you do it.
I think if I get up with survival instincts kicking, my first reaction is going to be to try and execute the guy on the ground. Yeah, the
Okay.
knight that was felled.
Roll an attack with advantage.
Come on. So that's one attack.
You clang against his armor.
Far out.
They are very thoroughly enshelled.
Do I get my bonus action? Well, I get 2 attacks per action.
Yeah, you can take your second attack, and it also has advantage.
Please die.
Clang, 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 clang.
Fuck! I'm just ringing the bell here, man.
It's the dinner bell. Ding, 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 ding,
Like
ding.
I'm just a prior welcoming the fucking morning sun. Welcoming people to mass or some shit.
Bring out your dead.
All right.
All right. Lysha, in response to your entreaties, the gigantic figure of flame shrugs and then diverts its attention for a moment. Ioth is still floating in the air, but you're not sure now if he's being held in the massive burning hand of this titanic figure, or if it's the winds summoned by the night that is doing so.
Gotcha.
Oh, you know what? I know what he'll do. He seizes Ioth, lays him on the ground before you, and says, "Revive him."
I was not gifted with the skill of healing.
Are you proficient in medicine?
I am not.
Okay, you say that. He.
Yeah.
So you do say that.
I would say, among my people, healing was not my gift.
His hand melts, discorporates into just living flame, and he shoves it into Ioth's face. It pours into his nostrils and his mouth, and his whole body seizes as living fire flows through him.
Jesus.
You recover. You have 10 temporary hit points, Ioth, as you awaken with this searing heat and incredible pain.
Oh, was that normal?
Do I know the name of this elemental? Would I be able to recognize it at sight?
Yes. This is Sin Al-Gawar, the Sovereign of Fire, one of the creator gods of Anakra. And
What
you
was
can
that name again?
Sin Al-Gawar.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
And I will let you interact with him on your turn.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, the leader of the night with the frosted mace sees this manifestation and immediately just leaves. He takes the withdraw action to prevent attacks of opportunity, and he flies at his maximum speed, just flying through the air. He's gone.
Wait, what?
God.
He bails.
How fast can he fly?
Like 45 movement speed.
Bro, that is not on.
So yeah, he moves 90 feet, just nope. Phew, he flies off, just flying completely through the open sky between the cracks in the clouds. Gone. Oh no, he can't dash. He can't dash because he took the withdraw action. So hang on. There may be hope.
What's his flying speed?
45.
God damn, he's way faster than me with wings. God damn.
He doesn't have wings. He just flies.
Oh shit.
Thoras, it's your turn.
Okay, I need
Yeah,
to get up.
That consumes half your movement speed.
Yeah. So I can move 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is this dude? He's more than 20 feet.
Yeah, he is.
Ah, you son of a bitch!
He is 50 feet away. There is a heavily injured, prone target next to you, however.
I just
Not gonna
bounced off
attack
like
him.
5 times.
And the gentleman, the handsome-looking gentleman with the fetching pauldron is just dong 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 dong.
And I yell at him, "Leave him to me, you bastard!" I got this.
He's on the floor. He's on the floor, just prone.
You see his
Unable
head.
to
His
die.
head just bounces against the cloud with every blow. Dong 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 dong.
Oh my goodness. Ah, okay.
Joe, I have a question.
Yes.
If I have a spell create or destroy water and
Mhm.
clouds are just water, will I destroy part of a cloud if I destroy water?
Well, what level
There?
spell is that?
Oh shit.
Well, it is a first level spell, but it can be cast at higher levels.
Okay. My immediate knee-jerk reaction is that for every level, you can destroy or create one square of cloud.
Okay. Cool. Works for me.
Aren't clouds like water and stuff, guys?
Yeah, it says you can destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container. Alternatively, you can destroy fog in a 30-foot cube within range.
It's solid cloud, so it's significantly thicker than normal fog.
I buy it.
But yeah, no, you can use that to Minecraft around a little bit.
Okay, just curious.
Anyway, Thoras.
Thoras, yes, it is your turn.
Thoras will leap over to this man, which is all of my movement. Do I need to roll an athletics check?
If you're crossing open clouds, yes.
Okay, Thoras will attempt to leave.
Now, if you cross at the shortest point, it's an easy check.
Thoras wouldn't frag the primordial.
Well,
Please don't frag the
okay,
primordial.
I can cross at the shortest point, and it's still 20 feet.
Oh, you're
So-
going after Sin. Okay. All right. I think I misinterpreted that.
I'm not going after Sin. I'm going after
Let's go after this guy.
little
This guy right here?
fuckface McGee in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this point right here, these are both tangible. So if you do that,
Yeah, I
it
just
is-
did it.
Yeah, great.
It's just 20. So I'm going to attempt to do it. I'll do an athletics roll.
How do I arrange
And you have
this?
advantage on natural 20. All right.
Oh my
Bad,
god.
bad.
You're
I
first.
leap. And now my only goal is to... I've seen the other guy sprint off. Okay, big boy.
Mhm.
Did a bit of damage to him. Like, well, I kind of want to hunt him down. So in Thoras' head, the only thing that makes sense is I'm going to grapple this dude
Mhm.
and make him my little bitch and make him tell me where the huge armored guy is, because he's small fry. I've already fought someone like him, didn't really put up a fight. I want to find the bigger boy. So
what
I'm going to
language
try.
are you speaking?
I mean, Thoras is all saying this out loud in giant to himself as he's leaping. Saying, I'm and it's just the guy is just presumably terrified.
Oh yeah.
Of this hulking man.
The big boy.
So grapple.
That's an athletics check with advantage because you're in rage.
Okay, and it matches against his.
Correct.
So let's go. Here's number 1. That's a dirty 20. Number 2.
I got a 5, so keep rolling. That's fine.
Yeah. So I got 20.
All right. You seize him. This is your first attack, by the way. You seize him and you impose the grappled condition. You are now locking arms. The Star Trek music. The old school fight music plays as the two of you are wrestling and grappling. With your additional attacks, you can smash him around, or you can try to completely just put him in a chokehold.
I am going to attempt to break his limbs.
Okay. Roll another opposed athletics check with advantage because you're in rage. I got a natural 1.
Well,
Oh,
that's
God.
a dirty 19. This probably beats him.
Yeah, a little.
So that's one of my attacks.
Yeah.
I
Well,
get-
roll again.
I
You still have
grapple,
advantage.
wasn't
You
it?
could crit this.
Okay. I did
Okay.
not.
And roll your second attack against oh my god, an 8.
Look like
Okay,
getting his shit
11.
broke, dude.
11 and 9, which still beats him.
True.
All right.
So
So pick a limb.
I was actually hoping to grab his arms from behind and just tear them behind,
Okay.
almost in a motion where I grab him from behind. I presume I have the size advantage. I think.
You do.
Yeah. So you count as one. Okay. No, never mind. Well, maybe I don't know. I have the powerful build trait, which you count as one size larger when determining carrying capacity, the weight you can push, drag, and lift. I don't know if that affects it. Probably doesn't.
If
But I feel like I'm.
If it doesn't
Yeah.
specify grappling and attacks, then it doesn't include that.
Yeah, it doesn't. But I feel like I'm just absolutely working this guy in the neutral.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna attempt to basically turn his arms into a bow behind his back.
All right. We're
You're
not.
dislocating his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm dislocating his shoulders.
All right, we haven't quite turned him into origami, but there are some nasty noises. Metal creaks and bones snap, and he
Is he screaming?
no, just
This is the part where you scream.
Ah.
And I'm just gonna, wrangle his arms and kneel against him.
okay. You've got him in a.
Oh yeah. Where on this cloud was Johnny? Is Johnny on fire?
Johnny's somewhere subsumed within the mass that is Sin, the sovereign of flame.
He's like, yeah, he was like Homer Simpson in the bush. That was Johnny.
Got it.
We will deal with him in a moment. So the Knight of Terra Nimbus, who was down on the ground, he is just going to use his action to withdraw. He parries against you, Eren Vol, and he rolls off the edge of the cloud and just falls.
Bastard.
You just see him, nope, as he plummets. And after he falls maybe 100 feet, he lets his flight catch him, and he just starts zooming away under the clouds.
I'll see you again, motherfucker.
And the one who's being worked in the neutral is going to roll an opposed athletics check to try and break out. So roll another one, again with advantage.
Rolled a...
That's a natural 1, but you have advantage on it.
Yeah, it's a 20 was the previous one.
All right, I got a 21.
Oh, fuck!
All right, he bursts loose from you, and he attacks you with his
What?
his great sword at disadvantage because his shoulder is dislocated. These guys
Okay.
are fanatic. You know this from fighting them. They are fanatically loyal.
Yeah, that's what makes them good hunts.
Except the other motherfuckers that just dipped and left him.
Well, he rolls a natural 1, so he's disarmed. And it's because you broke. So he doesn't have, as he impacts against your rock-like skin, his arm gives out and his sword tumbles away. And
No, I wanted his sword, motherfucker.
I'm gonna put an icon on him to show that he is disarmed. I think I have something for that somewhere. I'll just put this on
Did
him.
his sword fall off the cloud?
Tell you what, Thor, you're invested in this, Eren. Roll a d8.
I am invested.
All right, so survey says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It lands right here.
Okay.
Perilously close to the edge.
It's clear to see that Eren needs some better kit, mate. If he's flying in heads all day long.
And that's it for him. Ioth, you awaken. Sin Al-Gawar has just revived you with living flame. This is a very unusual situation. What do you do?
What indeed?
I think what I'll do is, as I look up, I see this Titan,
Mm-hmm.
and I've just realized that the body that I'm inhabiting is weak and feeble compared to what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
It got slapped around like a wet noodle. So I look up. Oh, Sin Algoa, couldn't you leave me alone?
You somehow saw fit to return to the mortal world after the mess you left in the Kadara
The mess
Waste.
I left.
Yes.
The mess.
Are they
I
both
left.
speaking primordial?
Oh, the mess you left when you went away.
Babe, what did you do to your camera? Oh, there you go.
You do remember that I was attempting to help, and these stupid mortals took the dawn magic and ripped this world asunder. And you want to blame me for that, do you?
The works of the student lay at the feet of the teacher.
Wait, you did this?
I did what? You see what they're like, Sin? They're snappy, good, and they couldn't even revive me. They're pathetic. These mortals don't deserve me and my kind anymore. I just want to be gone. Algoa. I want to smite me.
Is that your wish?
If you are responsible for this whole mess, I will smite you happily. I'll save him the trouble.
Oh, you couldn't if you tried.
You want me to smite you?
It's not that I want you to smite me, Sin Algoa. I want peace. I'm sick of all of this. They can't help themselves. Why should I bother helping them? Why do you care anyway? Go fuck around in your magma.
The good of mortals has always been my concern. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Haha.
Do I understand correctly that you were his teacher, Great One? And that he
Ooh.
actually is who he says he is?
A fatty 25 persuasion.
He reaches out his hand. Child of Dawn, be at peace.
As he tries to reach him out to kill him, I'm going to try very quickly when I realize what's happening to cast Destroy Water underneath him. I know he's going to fall, but at least I'll try to
Underneath me?
Under Ioth? Under Allan?
under Allan. I'm trying to protect him, but I don't know what's going to
Wait a
catch
minute.
him.
Is this on your turn?
This is on Ioth's turn. Okay, let's...
So the goal was to try and cast twice, like to cast Destroy Water under him and create another cloud a little further down.
Oh, so he kind of goes...
I have 2 spell slots left, so he kind of like drops.
All right, you don't have any ability to cast 2 spells in the same round, right? So he would fall for 6 seconds. So you
6 seconds.
you want to poke a hole in the clouds, let him free fall for 6 seconds, and then catch him, what's the range on that spell? He's going to fall like 200 to 600 feet in 6 seconds.
Yeah, not that far.
Okay, do you still want to do that? You would know, you would be aware of...
He's gonna touch him and kill him, though, right?
You don't know.
I don't know.
You know he said,
just
be
said,
at peace, child of dawn, and he
peace.
reached out a glowing, fiery hand.
I mean, can you take this action?
Well,
on
he's
his
either
turn?
doing that or he's taking away the Archmage and bringing back Allan, and the Archmage now has information I definitely want.
Mitch, I'm allowing her to take one action simultaneously with this, but not cast the spell twice. So,
Wait. Oh no. Never mind. That's a different character.
No.
all right, Lysha, I'm going to give you 20 seconds to decide if you're doing this.
I can't catch him. I guess I'll yell wait instead.
He doesn't wait.
I figured.
Brass flames and this searing white light, too bright to look at directly, surge through where Ioth stood, consuming him entirely. As the fire radiates out, Lysha, pick one wild magic condition you currently suffer from.
I'm afraid of nature.
Okay. Gone. Eren Volp, are you
Can
suffering
I have
from
my
anything?
pubes back?
Yes, you can have your pubes back.
No, I don't suffer from any conditions outside of having
Being-
lost my hair.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, your hair is going to start growing back. What was that?
Sorry, I was just trying to signal Ashley to not have a push to talk button held down when she's not talking.
Gotcha. All right. When the fire clears, Allan O'Dale is plopped in a pile, not reduced to ashes and flames, on top of the clouds. And his mind is restored.
I'm gonna grab him by the scruff and start shaking him, and like not knowing that he's Allan now. Like, you did this! Yelling at him in primordial. You are the one who created dawn magic, and I'm screaming in primordial still. I don't know if Allan speaks primordial.
Allan, do you speak primordial?
That's enough.
Lysha, common!
He did this. This whatever the fuck his name is.
Ioth.
He created dawn magic. Ioth. And that fiery God knows what was his teacher.
He's still there, by the way.
You did this.
Who?
Oh, then never mind. I'm not saying it that way
Yeah.
at all.
No, Sin is still there. He's still there.
Sid is still there. Got it. I'm still yelling, though. I still grabbed him by the scruff of his neck and I'm yelling at him that he did this. I just would have been much nicer about Sin.
What in the Lord's name is happening? Where are we? What? Are we on the clouds?
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm just looking at myself in my sword blade, realizing my hair's back, and I'm just completely ensconced by this.
Is there?
So-
Do you want to do anything on your initiative count, Eren, or are you going to
I
look
would, I'd
askance?
probably
Or...
try and cross the cloud at the closest point and pick up the sword because I see something shiny and glinty, and I like loot.
All right, roll an athletics check. It's an easy one. Natural 20. There's just front flips all day. It's just hardcore parkour.
All right, yeah. So I will just pick it up and. Oh, for fuck's sake!
All right.
Sorry. Give me that.
You collect the greatsword. Thoras, something
Yes.
of great import is happening, but it doesn't have a lot to do with the guy whose limbs you're breaking.
Nope, it really doesn't. And I've only got one thing on my mind and one thing only, and that's hunting the knight who's flying off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the knight that's underneath me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, take me to him. And I'm going to straddle myself onto his back and put one hand behind his neck and other on his arm that's dislocated and just kind of say, fly.
Fly away.
God. So, here's the thing. There's only one thing that he would do under this circumstance. He knows he can fly and you can't. So he's going to fly for about 10 feet.
Okay.
And then just drop. So he dutifully carries you from where you are to here. And then he just ceases all flight and plummets. Do you hold on to him, or do you...
Absolutely. Absolutely, I hold on to him. If he's going down, I'm going down with him, and I'm actually gonna seismic slam that motherfucker and wreck his spine.
As you go down, you're rotating him so that you're gonna do the pile drive.
I'm grabbing him, and I've got like my great axe like against his neck, and like
He's got him in a tombstone suplex.
Yeah, it's like I'm about to suplex this fool. If he was to go down, listen, Thoras, he's lived a good life. He's killed many big things. If he thinks a little height's gonna kill him, then he's going down with him.
Okay. All right. So that's your life for the time being. Allan, it's your turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and scramble my way upwards to my feet.
All right.
And take a look around, because I'm totally amazed. I don't understand what's happening. I've been absent mentally for a while. I don't remember getting here. I don't remember anything that's happened in the last almost like episode and a half. I think was when
I'm holding you by the throat right now.
Oh, you're holding me by the throat. I'm gonna try and push you off and sit up.
Okay.
Let go of me, Lysha, you crazy woman. Let go. What the hell's going on here?
Lysha, what
anyone?
do you do?
Any explanation? Why are we on the clouds?
Are you Allan again?
Allan? Always have been Allan. My name's Allan. Allan O'Dale. I reach out my hand to shake her hand.
I like not thinking. I just take his hand and start shaking it while like looking disconcertedly elsewhere. Look at Sin.
Yeah.
And
nice to
I'm
meet
like,
you, Lysha.
did you?
What the hell is that thing behind us?
I'm gonna kind of ignore him and turn to Sin and respond in primordial. Like, did you fix him?
Ioth didn't want to live anymore. I fulfilled his wish.
But Ioth mentioned the dawn magic. Do you know how to help us?
I'm not convinced it's my business now that an ancient archmage is no longer wandering the worlds again. However, go ahead. You first.
Well, only that you said you cared for the mortals and that this would help them greatly. Us. Greatly.
It's more of a big picture mortal kind civilization rather than like a micro thing with specific individuals.
Right. And when I say this would help mortals greatly, I mean on a very large scale, not us individually.
You have thus far completely failed to demonstrate that.
Right. Well, there's a kingdom that sends a ruler and something about civil war and something about how we need to find a book and a few other artifacts to find the rightful heir to the throne and stop the death of thousands or something. Does that about cover it?
What is Lysha's charisma?
14?
All right. Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. 13.
All right. What would he do in this situation? He's not at your beck and call. He's only slightly concerned with what's going on. You've got his attention to a certain degree, but I mean, civil war is kind of what mortals do. It's difficult to avoid.
Just quickly, Joe,
Yes.
are you on this page as the GM? So if I sent you a GM whisper, would you be able to see it?
Yes. There's a non-zero chance that others would see it as well because I'm logged in twice, once as a player and once as myself.
Okay.
But if you hit me on Discord, I can check my phone.
Oh, good. I know this Roll20 lets me whisper the GM.
Yes.
See if it
It's
works.
just a weird side effect that because I'm logged in like under the same account as a player and as a GM, even when I make secret GM rolls, you guys won't see them, but stream will see them. So as long as nobody's peeking at the stream, it's fine. Your call.
Oh, good.
It would also help my people, the Huldra, accept these mortals more widely and lend them our aid in the future, which could help thousands in the future, as I'm sure you well know.
All right. Here's what he'll do. He reaches one hand down into the clouds and pulls it back up. And in that hand is Thoras with his arms completely around this knight who's flailing with his head pointed down like a missile. He reaches and he separates the two with divine force. Thoras, it is pieces of armor separate off from the knight. Your grasp is so tenacious, but even your shoulders cannot resist the might of sin. As he separates the two from you, he just flings the knight over his shoulder, who tumbles for a bit before flying and buzzing off, sets you on the cloud. All of you, and he speaks now in common, all of you are tainted by chaos. And some of you, he glances over at Eren Vol, by worse. I know not what your business in the realm of my brother is, but I advise you to conclude it swiftly. As for this one, he looks down at Johnny the Wise. I'll clean this one up.
What? You tossed away my prey.
There's plenty more that came from.
He was going to lead me to bigger targets.
Shut up, newcomer, and respect the primordials.
Can I address this guy in common then?
Yes.
So I'll ask him. I'll say, we came here through Dotane's Rock. We're trying to get into Cryas. I assume we're up here for a reason, that these fonts of magic are somehow interconnected, perhaps because they're related. That, I believe, is why we may be here. Do you know how to get to this realm?
Cryas.
Cryas.
The last students of Ioth keep faith there. It is bound by
Wait, Ioth, who you just... Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, that Ioth. The miserable failure of a teacher. His aim was noble. He sought the enlightenment of all mortal kind, but they tore each other apart and his entire endeavor failed. Those who stayed loyal to him and his teachings hoarded the secrets of dawn magic and took it with them to a hidden kingdom in the world below.
Who the hell is Ioth?
What do you want with Thoras?
Nothing.
You were Ioth until a moment ago, and you apparently have somehow joined us.
Thoras, we're looking for the biggest targets to fight, to best in hand-to-hand or armed combat. That's what we're on a quest for.
Tell me, Fire. Can I kill your brother?
Oh, the thoughts crossed my mind. I highly doubt that. But if you keep making a mess like this, bigger and bigger children of his will come after you. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing. Stick with these folk. Take them home with you. I'm sure that trouble follows in their footsteps. Big, large, well-armed trouble. I would beware, all of you, the dangers of bringing dawn magic back into the world. It is uncoupled and unrestrained by the laws that you mortals have imposed on magic. It is pure will made real.
What is door magic?
Our goal isn't necessarily to bring cataclysm across this plane. Our goal is to try and find the lost heir to the throne and restore peace to this realm. To do so, we need to seek this enlightenment in the realm of
Speak
Christ.
plainly, pretty boy.
Listen, you big fuck. We're here to beat down the biggest damn things we can find, except this pillar of flame, because frankly, I don't even know how I'm going to climb the motherfucker, let alone chop him. I need to get a bigger sword. I couldn't even chop the other guy who was on the ground. He just clanged a bunch.
Because your arms are like twigs.
We are here.
Like a little bird, sparrow arms.
Very difficult for Eren to shake off that particular pejorative. We are here to beat shit up. If you like that shit, stay with us.
That's not why we're here. No, we're here to bring peace.
Well, Thoras. As much as Thoras. No, actually, Thoras does not understand the idea of peace.
Pieces of people?
Pieces Thoras can work with. Maybe you meant pieces and you just didn't know it.
Thoras,
I
the
did not.
sin speaks. Thoras, take these groundlings to your place of shelter. They are still corrupted by chaos, and they need all the help they can get.
Have you got bar wenches back there, Thoras?
Well, the rain people would have no use for these mortals.
Shelter, is that like inside? And if so, is inside a requirement?
They were like me
Or is
being
that
carried by
negotiable?
buxom attendants.
I'm gonna ignore them and just keep talking to Sin. Thoras only came here to hunt, and now Thoras is wet nurse? Thoras is babysitter? What is this? Listen, fireman, you may be big, but Thoras could probably be bigger if I tried a lot. But I do not wish to travel with these tiny people.
Thoras, are you familiar with the concept of bait?
Bait, yes. Often we would bait the roca up in mountains
Right.
to take away their eggs and drink from the yolk.
Right. So you use a piece of meat, and you make a big thing go to a place you want it to go using the meat, right?
Yes, yes.
He gestures over at the group, at the newcomers.
I'm sorry, what language are you speaking in?
He's speaking common.
What?
Okay.
What do they have to do with bait?
Wherever they go, big things will follow.
I'm sorry, did you just call us bait?
I'm a master states craftsman.
You
say whatever.
Fireman! You have given Thoras much to consider.
Eren is furious at the concept of being called bait. Used to being the star of the show that he created in his own mind.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like being he doesn't like being made a stagehand.
Thoras accepts offer and will babysit. If only I can fight your brother at some point.
In the future.
You can find him in the flying citadel of Terra Nimbus.
And after I best him, I will best you.
I look forward to that
No,
day.
no. Oh, no.
Aha!
I didn't mean that.
Excellent! Come, babies! Let us ride. And by ride, I mean walk.
I kind of like to cuddle this guy's jib as much as
I don't think I like him.
Sin turns to you, Eren Vol.
me being very indignant right now. I raise my chin and look at him, even if my newly grown hair is starting to singe a bit.
The stench of carrion surrounds you, Star Child. The smell of my sister's blood follows in your footsteps. Choose your path very carefully.
Almost
Did he say
embarrassed,
sister?
I look at him and say, I've already bested this curse more than once. I know not for how much longer it will hang across my neck, but it is a yoke that I must bear for the sins that I have committed.
So be it. And barring any last-minute interjections, he whooshes out of existence.
How's it going, Alan?
Well, I don't know who the hell that was. What's I mean, last I can remember, we were fighting some big dude, and Johnny the Wise was going crazy. I can't remember what was happening.
Lysha, would you like to fill him in?
You became possessed by an ancient archmage who, well, claimed to have invented magic, which I thought was a lie, and definitely thought you were just insane, not possessed. But it turns out he was actually possessing you, and may in fact have invented dawn magic based on the conversation he was having with Sin just before, unfortunately, the archmage asked to be killed, and you came back.
Ah, why did he ask to be killed? Did he not appreciate my body?
Blah 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 blah. Come on.
What language does he speak?
Listen,
I think he only speaks brute.
little man. Your weapons are made out of wood.
My weapons are my words. You
Well,
blithering moron.
You. I like to see you take down Rakar with words.
What's a
You
Rakar?
can't. You can't. It's Rakar very big. You are very small and very weak. You will not be able to beat Rakar. Anyway, let us go to the Rain Village.
So, is there anything about this weapon that I managed to salvage that is notable? Or is it just, for all intents and purposes, look just like any other longsword?
It is
or greatsword?
a very fine, unusually light greatsword. It is made of a steel alloy you are not immediately familiar with. At the moment, it functions merely as a greatsword. The power that coursed through it seemed to lay with the knights who wielded it, but you get the impression that it is still special in some way, and perhaps its properties can be reawakened.
Cool. Yeah, I'll gladly take it with me.
All right. The rest
Right,
of
well,
you?
I'm going to follow this big guy. Bewildered, really, at his complete impatience to get off the clouds. But
Come, you've already cost me 2 prey. You will owe me.
but I held down one of them. You could have. You could have finished him off if you wanted.
No, he was too weak. Not worth time. Anyway, let us go.
I couldn't even break his fucking arm. Yes, it's true. He was weak. Yes. No, you're right.
I'm going to start leaping across cloud to cloud.
All right. It is a perilous journey up a very tall rain cloud. From cloud to cloud, it will take you some time to get there, and the path is treacherous, and only those who know the way can make it safely. As the lot of you follow Thoras through this fantastic landscape, it gets colder, wind and snow blow around you, and navigating to the hidden village will be presented as a skill challenge. So, I will need a lot of you to describe how you're going to, again, imagine stormy mountains, but the mountains are made of clouds. So I'll need you to describe ways in which you use your skills, abilities, etc. to navigate this landscape.
Would you say this is roughly a vertical climb?
Sections of it are.
Okay. I have 2 hand axes, so I would try and use them like ice picks and see if I can get any purchase in the clouds.
Okay, I like that. Make an attack with your hand axes.
I do have 2 weapon fighting, so I don't know if that counts. But
Make 2 attacks and take the better of the 2. All right, a 12 or a 24. Great, yeah. Using that, you're able to find safe purchase, and you scale part of the way there. That is 1 success. Somebody else in the party, what will you do in order to navigate?
Okay, quick question. Do these
Yes.
count as like solid objects? Like if I use spider climb,
Absolutely.
would that work for these?
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet.
What level
I'm
spell is
going
that?
to use spider climb. I believe it is a 2nd level. Yes, 2nd level spell.
All right, mark that down, and using the spell grants you another automatic success. You're able to, there's some inclines and some, what do you call it in rock climbing, where, you're semi upside down. This makes it much easier to get past those sections. That is a 2nd success. Thoras or Allan O'Dale, How can you help navigate this otherworldly cloudscape?
Thoras was born in the mountains. He was mountain born, so he is used to the high altitudes and cold climates. So he would not let it affect him. He's also a natural athlete with proficiency in athletics. He would just attempt to tackle this as he would any other challenge in his life by going head on. So he is going to attempt to leap up the mountain using his knowledge of being born and being in high altitude climates to.
What's your background?
My background is I am part of a tribe that all failed to essentially as part of a tribe on the ground that was warfaring for quite some time. But Thoras took a particular liking to hunting down various beasts across the wastelands that he frequents. And in his time traveling, to and from, a lot of the other Goliaths would see competition in, strengths of test against each other or in tests of skill. But Thoras was all about the hunt and trying to one-up himself because he felt that was the true source to inner strength, to achieve an eventual inner godlike form where he could just eventually kill everything. So that's what he felt was the most surefire way to get to it. He's a very headstrong guy. How he actually got to the Sky Kingdoms was he was back with his clan, and essentially what happened was they were my tribe started climbing one of the tallest mountains in the ranges, and our shaman was like, "Listen, lads, stop it," and ladettes as well, not just the lads of the Goliaths. The ladies are also kind of mental. They were like, "Listen, don't do that. Vinda will get pissed off. Please, you're treading too close to his domain." We ignored him and just kept climbing the mountain because, listen, we didn't want to be one-upped by someone. So we just kept one-upping each other. Till eventually we got to the top of the mountain, and lo and behold, Vinda got a little bit pissed. So he started chucking down lightning. And I'm actually, at this point, I'm just telling the whole story to them as we're going up this mountain. Vinda got a little bit angry and started chucking lightning and everything else down. And, I was the only one who made it up here. And that's how I got here. Allan.
So I actually meant, what is your background? As in, what background did you select for your character? But that was good content, so we let it ride. It was good.
And that's how I got here, Allan. You want a boost?
The special feature from your Outlander background, plus the excellent story you just tell, is good for an automatic success. So that's 3. Allan, what can you do?
I can do absolutely nothing. I have no useful skills. So instead, I'm going to try and bait or persuade Thoras into challenging himself beyond what he normally would do by carrying me on his shoulders as well as some kind of workout routine. And I'm just going to sit up there and strum my instrument. That sounds like a euphemism, but I mean literally, I'm just going to play an instrument.
You are nothing. I have carried dead corpses of Rokar, of Ilakol, of Dulanor. Twice the size of you. Bring them back to my clan. We feast for days. You, a little baby, I will carry you on my back.
I'm gonna pick up Olika as well. So
okay.
I've got Olika in my arms as well.
What is that?
Hello, I'm Olika. Are you a mountain?
Well, I think my father fucked a mountain, but I don't know. But
Wouldn't that chafe something awful?
Yes. Yeah. Well. Are you a dwarf?
Yes, I'm a river dwarf.
You don't look like any dwarf I've ever seen.
Nope, we don't come from the mountains. They're very far away.
Well, funny looking dwarf.
Have you ever seen a river?
No.
Didn't think so.
If I cast Earth Tremor on you, will you shake?
I don't think so.
Earth tremor.
Just wondering.
Listen,
Little earthquakes.
I'm gonna pick up Olika under one arm, pick up Allan under another,
Whoop.
and attempt to traverse.
Okay, Allan, roll a persuasion check to goad him through his exhaustion and fatigue after that frenzied attack. I'll allow persuasion or intimidation.
Oh my goodness! I
Natural
rolled
one.
a 1.
a natural 1.
You make a fine case, Alan.
Yeah, you're convinced, right? Yeah.
All right. So while you do manage to get picked up, you do not really inspire him to higher heights of success, and so the journey becomes a little bit more difficult. Also, Ashur, his intelligence and charisma are restored, and Ioth is gone, but he is still hairless, and he still believes he's becoming a werewolf.
Do I still believe that I've invented magic?
No, that part left with Ioth, but you do still
Okay.
believe you're becoming a werewolf.
Okay, fantastic.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, just minor detail there. All right. As you draw closer, you notice not only is the rain cloud tall and cold and covered with frost, but also it's perilously close to some dark, smoky, fog-covered clouds that have run right up against the rain cloud. And as you make your way through the terrain and up the mountains, there's these smoky roots emerging from the cloud in places, brambles that you have to part your way through, covered with oily thorns that grab at you and drag and smell foul and horrible as you continue your way up.
Morass.
What? Is
Morass.
that the name of your brother?
No.
Thoras? Thoras?
His name was Thorum.
No, that's the name of my favorite cat call. What are you talking about?
Morass is what you see. Do not worry. I already asked him. Thoras already asked him. You cannot kill it. Not with axe.
What is it, Thoras? How do you even know about this stuff?
Well, I've been here before.
Oh, I'm gonna tickle his ear.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I just playing with you, you know. I'm not gonna play my instrument while I tickle his ear.
I'm
So
going
how
to
much
push
of a-
Alan down the mountain.
Alan, you start to go tumbling down the mountain. What do you do? Actually, what do all of you do as Alan just starts tumbling down the mountain?
I'm gonna run towards him using spider climb.
Okay.
Try and catch him.
I mean, I'm gonna tumble down the mountain, trying to grab onto anything I can, but I really just have no skills. I'm a dumb little city bard. I'm not designed for mountain climbing. I'm just gonna roll down the hill and wonder why Thoras disliked his ears being tickled.
Okay. All right. That's a thing that happened. Give me one moment. Unless Eren Vol had anything to do.
I have a new plan if I can catch him.
Eren doesn't even realize that he's falling down a cliff. Eren is seething, and he's determined to try and beat Thoras up the cliff with his little axes, his little ice pick maneuver. And he's salty because it's cold as fuck. But he's from a fairly like I think he's used to the cold. So it's not an issue, but yeah, he's just trying to get up the hill first.
All right. Lysha, so Eren just keeps going, and Thoras just keeps going, and Alaka's like, wait, you dropped something! And Alan goes bouncing down the hill. Lysha goes back to go fetch him, and Lysha, you see him tumbling towards brambles of these smoky, oily, thorny roots and shrubs. What do you do?
I clearly am not going to catch him in time, right?
Unless you take drastic action.
In that case, I'm going to cast. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to cast Entangle.
Okay.
Which is not. Oh shit! No, that's a concentration spell. I can't do that. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I am going to. I'm gonna try and. How far ahead of me is he?
He's probably 20 feet downhill now.
Okay. I'm going to try and actually okay, and this is solid earth, right? Not or what kind of ground am I working with here?
Spongy, wet cloud stuff.
Okay,
it's not
so mold earth
a-
is not going to work here.
No, not in the Sky Kingdom. Unless you encounter some actual earth. Sideshow, roll a
Copy.
dexterity saving throw while we deliberate.
Okay. 17.
Nope. Yeah, I need to fix this. I know what chat was talking about. 17. And chat, I've put away the battle mat, so we'll just narrate rolls for the time being. All right, you managed to catch yourself, but the oily vines and thorns dig into your flesh. You take 2 points of damage.
Ooh, ow.
And you're pretty much running on empty right now.
Oh, yeah.
You've got
yes,
8
I am.
Sin gave you 10 temporary hit points.
Yep.
So you have 8
That was it.
temporary hit points left.
Yep.
Oh dear.
And as you reach on to these brambles and you grab it, you notice the rest of them sort of coiling around you slowly. Lysha, were you about to do something?
No, I just whenever I've reached him.
Okay. Eren continues to scale the mountain. Thoras bounding up from crag to crag as you're looking over your shoulders trying to outpace the other. Both of you roll an athletics check. Bren, you have disadvantage because you used Frenzy. Yes. And just call your... I have the battle mat hidden, so just call your rolls so that chat knows. Ooh.
Oh, 13
16.
on both.
All right. Eren's gaining on you. Oh, look,
Yes!
Mr. Mountain, sir. I think the bar just fell down. Lysha, what do you do?
All right, have I reached
Yes.
our fat friend here?
Yes.
All right, great. I'm gonna grab Alan's
I'm not even
hand.
fat. That's a different character.
Oh,
This guy's
that's the
not
other
even fat.
campaign.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
sorry.
Mr. Butterball. Yeah, that was a different character.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
All good. It happens.
That's just rude
Okay,
now.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling terrible now. I'm going to reach Alan's hand, who weighs whatever he weighs, and that's okay. And I'm going to. Okay, am I on like ground where like if I end my spider climb spell on myself, will I fall immediately?
You will not fall immediately, but you will be on a very steep slope.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like set my feet where like maybe against the roots so that I don't like skid or whatever and end spider climb on myself.
All right.
I can cast it one damn more time at second level, and I'm going to cast it on Alan. You fucking fuck.
Okay. Lysha hits you with a spider climb spell.
Oh, God, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to try and pull myself out of the thorns.
Okay, roll a strength saving throw.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. A 7.
He's
It's a 7.
He's pretty well ensnared in there. Eren
Oh,
Vol
God.
and
I'm
Thoras,
still stuck.
roll
Help.
athletics checks again. That's for the Chads trying to scale the mountain.
12.
19.
Yeah, he's just.
Yes,
All right, so he's pretty well snagged there.
Well, I have to beat him. You don't understand. I have to beat him.
See, I was just going to wild shape into a tiny spider that has an amazing climbing speed, but now I have to decide if I can become something strong to help you.
Please help me.
Alan, you take an additional 2 points of damage from
Oh,
the
God,
the
please
smoky
help me.
thorns.
Please help
I'm trying
me. Lysha,
to
please.
find. Okay, can I be a giant wolf spider? I don't know how well they climb, but I'm going to pretend that they climb
great.
like a.
They climb great.
Okay, great. I'm going to be a giant wolf spider because they have some strength and they're stronger than me.
All right, you are now looking,
Okay.
Alan, into a pair of mandibles, 8 glistening eyes, and this giant. It's like somebody in Animal Crossing spent all day catching tarantulas and then fell asleep and had a nightmare about a huge one.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And those mandibles are going to try and start breaking the vines around you.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Alan, do you have anything to contribute, or are you just going to wait?
I'm just
Yeah,
wriggling. I'm wriggling
Okay.
and trying as hard as I can to get
Roll
out.
an athletics check.
Athletics. Did I roll it yet? No, I didn't. There we go.
All right, and then
17.
17. All right, with the help of the giant wolf spider cutting you out, you're able to grab onto the bristles and haul yourself out of the smoky brambles.
Oh, thank God, Lysha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
I assume that means I'm welcome. Can I ride you up the mountain?
You have spider climb on you. You can walk up the mountain now.
I mean, I didn't
Actually,
even
wait,
know.
no, I can't concentrate anymore because I'm in wolf spider mode. So yeah, you can ride me up the mountain.
I'm gonna attempt to
Grab
ride the
on,
wolf
friend.
spider up the mountain.
It is bristly and pokey and extremely unpleasant. All right.
While I do that as well, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself
All right.
at 3rd level.
Oh, a big
order
one.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have available anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what did I get?
Ooh.
21.
Wow.
Pretty good. Pretty
Very
good.
nice. Very nice. All right, one last check from the Chaz to see how
I
wide
will
the...
not be outdone.
What do you do?
I take a moment. I ready my javelin. I attach rope to the javelin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna pull out an old trick that I've seen some of the elders use. Doesn't work all the time. In fact, I've seen a couple of them fall to their deaths when they try to use it. But in this case, I'm confident that it's everything I need, and I think the cloud will provide enough soft entry to make it nice and snug. So what I'm gonna do is attach the rope at the end, and I'm actually just gonna hurl the javelin as far up as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Try and attach it into something, and then use the rope as additional leverage to climb myself up the mountain.
Okay. Roll an attack with a javelin. Eren Vol, roll an athletics check. All right.
24.
Okay. And Eren got a 13 on the athletics check. So, Eren, as you continue to scale furiously, you see thunk, and then you see the Goliath with Alika just sort of as he reverse repels himself, just and the two of you arrive at the door to the Hidden Rain Village at the exact same time.
Damn it!
That's right. You say damn it because you know I definitely beat you by a
You
half
have not
second.
won, pretty boy!
I
Come!
saw your head come over the lip of the mountain.
Back to the bottom. We will climb again.
Wait, we're going to do what?
Come on, Alika. And I was tell you about to start trundling it to the bottom.
I just look over the edge of the mountain.
If I see you not following, I'm like,
I don't follow. I look at the edge. For me, it was quite grueling and exhausting, and I used up energy from adrenaline that I didn't know I had to get up there. I'm not going back down.
yes, I take this as me as the winner.
I just shake my head of bewilderment at him. Like, there's just no way I have the energy for any more of this.
Is everyone here present?
Yes, although one of them is a giant spider and Allan is riding on it.
Yes, I'm. Thoras has seen stranger things. Welcome to the village. It is called Hrede or Hrade or Hrede.
It's difficult.
Thoras. Something like that, spider. But it is not so simple. The people here, they use complicated words like peace. You must be wary when we step into the village.
Are these your kind, or are these humanoid?
No.
Well, maybe they have a tavern then. Totally good.
Just gonna walk in.
All right. The entrance to the village is a hidden path that Thoras, he knows the way, and it leads you into a culvert with a tunnel going straight up into the interior of the cloud. And as you stand in this pit, above you, inside this essentially cloud cave of sorts, you see figures bearing spears, all looking down, guarding. This is the only way, and you have to go up right towards them. Some of them have beaks and are covered with feathers, and the spears that they're holding are in taloned, bird-like claws. Others they have fine, refined, sharp, chiseled features and pointed ears, and feathered wings springing from their shoulders. Lysha, you recognize these as the Aurai, the winged elves of the Sky Kingdom. Very reclusive, very few in number. They see that you've returned with Thoras, who they recognize, and they speak to each other for a moment before asking you to state your names and your business.
Thoras. I hunt.
Yes.
You notice. Why
Yes.
are you asking me?
No, you're fine, Thoras. The other. Who are these others you've brought?
I don't know. A fireman told me to bring them.
Eren Vol, I drink, and I'm also looking for something out here.
Lysha Norwalyn of the Huldra. I'm here on the behest of my people, but not here on purpose.
They look at the bard for a moment.
Allan O'Dale has just been zoning out, stroking the wolf spider and riding.
Oh, that's right. I'm a spider. I didn't respond at all.
Okay.
All I did
Yeah.
was clack my mandibles.
Yeah. Huh? Eagle people. Oh. Yes, my name is Allan O'Dale. I don't quite know what I'm doing here.
They all look at Thoras for a moment.
Don't pin this on Thoras. I didn't want them. That very big fireman. He said I could kill his brother at some. It's a long story. Thoras will explain. Also, I'm gonna like whisper, but not actually whisper, actually shouting.
Mm-hmm.
Do not joke about killing their cousins. I said I killed their cousin. That's why I'm wearing the feathers. They didn't like it. They're very upset.
You see some of the bird people, the Arakokra.
Plainly put, we that was the sound. We seek entry to the realm of Cryus. We believe one of the artifacts we seek is somewhere on this plane. We don't believe it's in your village, but we would shelter here for a time if you would extend such a hospitality.
I'm gonna unwild shape at
Yeah,
which
do that
point
because they'll believe you.
they're squishing. And Alan is squishing me now, but I'm gonna unwild shape.
All right.
Am I just essentially sat on your human back then? At
Yep.
that point. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, Lysha, give me
Could
some
you-
What's going
warning.
on down there?
Would you mind getting off, please? Thank you.
I mean,
Phrasing.
Damn it.
two ways of taking that. I stand up and just get off.
Yes.
Continues.
All right.
Moving on.
They pull a hidden web, a net strung with blades out of the way, and they lower a rope of blue vines down to you, a rope ladder down to you for the lot of you to climb your way up. Assuming that you all take them up on it.
Yes, I will jostle
Yes.
to be at the front.
Thoras, he's jostling to be at the front.
Thoras will take him by the scruff of his neck and put him down off of the rope. Say it is probably best if I go first, pretty boy. They are familiar with Thoras and my big bulging muscles. I'm gonna begin to climb up the net.
Are you, do you let that ride, or do you
No,
want
I'll take it a post strength check.
Okay.
Eren wants to see just how strong this guy is.
opposed strength check? You're still fatigued, sir,
Yeah, I have
from your
disadvantage.
rage. Roll
Is
'em.
it? What is this? Okay.
We'll just do flat strength. And
I hear what he beats me.
okay, there it is. So you go to lift him by the scruff of his neck, and he just keeps climbing. It's
Yeah, and I look very. I try to make myself look very dignified while attempting to be pulled down by this guy.
This is the most embarrassing moment of Thora's life.
As you climb up out of the pit, you emerge into the interior of a rain cloud. This is a vast space opening up inside this cloud, and it is strung with a huge tree with blue wood that is growing in and out of the cloud itself, almost as if the frame of this wood is not an identifiable trunk. It's growing in and out of the sides as if its framework provides the structure that gives this cavern inside the rain cloud shape. Hanging in the middle of it is a vast nest, probably 50 feet across, with boughs and limbs and branches all stringing it together. At the heart, in the very center of the cavern, is a pool of completely clear water. Pure, you can just tell looking at it. This is rain that has not yet fallen, water in its purest, most distilled form. And built into the sides of this gigantic cloud cavern are carved structures sculpted from the cloud itself that look like spires and towers and streets built into the sides like cliff dwellings all along the way. Throughout the cavern, the winged elves and the Aarakocra birdfolk soar from place to place. This is a community that was not built for walking. It was built for those who can fly. Many of them are heavily armed as they go about their business. The community here must number in the hundreds. And your arrival has set the entire place into a quiet, a stir. We'll not say an uproar, we'll say a stir. Birds are looking at you with all sorts of different color plumage. These humanoid birds wielding tools, wearing necklaces of shells that they've gotten from distant worlds, and all sorts of finery amongst themselves. And the winged elves, some of them are clad in beautiful robes of silk and soft clothes substances you've never seen in your life, and others are heavily armed with spears and shining armor of the same steel that you saw in the hands of the Sky Knights. They're all watching the groundlings who just arrived. And as you pass, they seal up the pit you emerged from with a net strung with blades. They're bringing you before their leaders to discuss what to do with a lot of you. Do any of you do anything along the way?
I probably try and conceal the greatsword that I have from them, just in case it looks like.
Okay, so the greatsword's like 6 feet long.
I try and conceal the hilt and pommel of it.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Anyone else?
Nope.
All right.
Are there any like feathers, debris lying on the ground? If this is a large gathering of bird folk, you would imagine there'd be stray feathers. I'm gonna collect feathers as we go, whatever I can find.
Okay. Add some.
A bit akin to collecting dead skin from someone's home.
Oh no, clippings.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, there's gonna be a police profile on you soon. All right.
Have I heard of this race of people before?
Yes, they would be known to your folks. The Aurai. So when the dawn ended and the world was divided into 4 kingdoms, the original free spirits of that world, many of them, now they were forced to choose bodies for themselves, permanent bodies. They chose to live amongst what they loved. The Holdra, the Dusk Elves, are those who most love the wilds, the leaves, the plants, and the things that run and fly through the forests. The Aurai are those who most love the sky and freedom. And the bodies that they chose for themselves, they became the Winged Elves. So they're distant cousins of the Holdra, but very, very different cultures, completely separated. You would know...
Do they speak Elvish?
Yes, they do.
Sorry, I would know what?
That they speak Elvish.
Oh, okay.
We'll go with that.
In that case, I would turn to one that was walking near me, and in Elvish, sort of apologize for our unexpected arrival and for trespassing, and thank them for their obviously kind of presumptuously for their hospitality.
Don't thank us yet.
And welcoming their doors to strangers. One guy, I love the wild, and I do promise we come in peace.
They don't respond, and you notice more and more armed guards of both types of people gathering around you as they lead you to a central plaza. And in that central plaza, there are 4 leaders, 2 Aarakocra and 2 of the Aurai. And as they gather you together, one of them speaks to Thoras and says, Thoras, you know our laws. These people have seen the hidden village of Hrydur. They can't be allowed to leave.
Ah, yes. Okay, you can keep them.
And I think, we've been at this for a few hours. This seems like a good place to end it for the night.
Very good, very good. Wonderful, with Thoras trying to sell us. He didn't want to bring us in the first place, but now he wants to sell us.
That's right.
Not even sell us. He just said we're free. He just gave us to them.
Yeah, he wants nothing in return.
Motherfucker.
Great.
Thoras is a simple man. He just
Cares about muscles and
cares
fighting.
about fighting bigger things until it reaches
Eren
bigger
has
things.
just got this ridiculous senpai notice me mentality towards Thoras, right? Like, it's determined to impress him with feats of strength.
It's not like
This is great because Thoras is his species, his race, the Goliaths. They are all about internal competition and bettering oneself through tasks and challenges. So I think he appreciates that despite your tiny stature, you are willing to keep up with the mighty Thoras.
Eren be like, it's not like I wanted you to respect me, Baka.
Chigai.
I have dreams of the next time we actually get a long rest and I can play a game where I actually have spells.
That's coming up. That's coming up.
I don't know, man. We're about to get murdered.
They didn't say they were going to kill you. They just said you couldn't leave, Settle down. Meet a nice bird person.
Bird people? Does that mean there is bird bartenders and bird meat?
They definitely have.
You can't fly while drunk, though, can you?
He means are there bird boobies?
No,
That's a different question. That's actually a very different question.
Eren likes to drink.
Well, there is alcohol here. More amongst the elves than the Aarakocra. The elves have a variety of grapes that grow in the Sky Kingdom. They're about as big as a basketball, and they're this icy blue color. They mostly grow in the gardens of the Cloud Giants. They're distilled into a very crisp, very potent wine.
Now, this may be revealed at a later date, but is Thoras native to this region approximately at all, or is he just sort of turn up here and the bird people know him?
Eren, have you ever been to the mountains?
Oh, I mean, does Dotane's Rock count as a mountain?
If that's the only mountain you've been to, you've never met a Goliath and you wouldn't know.
No, I don't think Eren is.
All right. Would you have met any in the fighting pits? They would fit right at home in the fighting pits. I would say you've met or at least encountered some in the past.
Yeah, but it's unlikely that Eren is perceptive enough to distinguish them as anything more than like a completely overgrown human. If he doesn't even understand his own origin, he probably knows very little about the races and stuff on Anakra.
And even if that's the case, it's doubtful you would have had a long, so tell me about your childhood conversation with them. You would have been more like, look at the size of that guy. Because they're what, 7? How tall is Thoras?
Well, I've been saying I'm 8'9", but I actually have written down 7 foot, so I don't know whether to change that or whether in his head he just thinks he's 8'9" when he's actually 7 foot. Because 7 foot is actually quite small for a Goliath.
So he still is he's like average adult male height. So.
Yeah, like the Goliath, I think 7 foot is on the very small side.
That would actually make a lot of sense if Thoras was not particularly tall. He's got an even bigger
Napoleon complex.
Exactly, even bigger impetus to prove himself.
All right, he's 7 foot, but he thinks he's 8'9".
Part of my background is like that Eren was a soldier, but also his flaw is that he has little respect for people that isn't a proven warrior, and his personality traits is that he has a crude sense of humor. So
you'll get along swimmingly if you stop trying to kill each other.
Or if we keep trying to kill each other, Thoras will really like you.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I keep looking for opportunities. This is the problem with some of your backstory, with the pit fighting, and especially with Allan O'Dale's backstory. A lot of it would work better for more urban, civil, a little intrigue, a little city dwelling, but instead we've got you traipsing all over the world doing, magical stuff.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness,
works for me.
Eren's charisma and street smartness would work if there was ever a time that we're back on the surface. I think we did leverage it a little bit actually in the first arc. So I mean, and there's nothing wrong with him being fish out of water here.
Brilliant.
All right, well, sweet. I will see you guys later. Good episode.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you, chat. We appreciate the subs and the act of God. Is anyone streaming that we want to hit?
Take a look. About to, maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
Custer is streaming.
All right. Well, we if you're about to, Bren, we can attack you.
Custer's streaming. So.
All right. We'll raid Custa.
All right.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone.
Yep.
Go say hello to Custa for us. If I can type the word raid properly.
Ryad.
Right. All right. Good night, everyone. Cheers.
See ya.
Bye bye.
See ya.